Good afternoon, everyone. If you take your seats, please. Good morning, or good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026. It is 3:07 p.m. Welcome to the Transportation Committee hearing today. Folks, we have 38 items on the agenda. So we refer to this as the Community Transportation Priorities hearing. So thank you for everyone for coming from probably great distances here to talk about transportation. Thank you, Senator Dibble, for having all these bills heard. We appreciate that. This is an informational meeting. There's no actions being taken. Each community will get up for the items. You have 3 minutes. We have a timer up here. You should be able to hear it. So if you can wrap up as quickly as you can after you hear the timer. If not, I apologize. I'll have to shut you down or stop you so we can get on to everybody's projects. Again, 38 different items here, so we want to get through them. So first on the agenda is Senate File 5149, Senator Gustafson. Senator Gustafson, to your bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This bill is important to my community. Sergeant First Class Nicole Amor of White Bear Lake was killed while serving our country in Kuwait. Sergeant Amor was not only a soldier, she was a mother, a neighbor, and a member of a close community that is now mourning her loss. In towns like White Bear Lake, this news travels very quickly. People know one another. They see each other at schools, local events, and everyday moments that make a community strong. When we lose someone like Sergeant Amor, that loss is deeply personal. Sergeant Amor chose a life of service. She stepped forward to serve her country, knowing the risks, and her family carried that sacrifice alongside her. So today we are asking for a section of our road, our highway in White Bear Lake to be named after her. With her loved ones, her fellow service members, and everyone in White Bear Lake and in Minnesota who is grieving, this would mean a lot to her family and our community. That is the simple piece of it. It is a part of the highway that goes right through White Bear Lake. And so this bill might require some action today, but I leave it to you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Gustafson. And actually, this is one that we do have to take action, I was just told. So any questions on this bill? If not, we're going to, Senator Dibble.
I just wanted to express gratitude to Senator Gustafson for getting this bill introduced and moving on a timely basis. And of course, I know the family can't be here, but at some point they will be. But in the meantime, please bring the sense back on behalf of this committee to her family, a deep sense of gratitude and our deepest condolences. And thank you again for your leadership on this.
Senator, would you like to move the bill?
Mr. Chair, thank you. I'll move that Senate File 5149 be recommended to pass and be referred to the Committee on Finance.
Thank you. Questions, members? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations.
Thank you. If I could just say thank you to Senator Lang and Representative Bjorn Olson, too, for helping us get this fast-tracked. And thank you to the committee for hearing it.
Thank you, Senator Gustafson. Next on the agenda, the presentation of the Corridors of Commerce program. Ms. Donahue, please state your name for the record.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. For the record, my name is Margaret Donahoe, Executive Director of the Minnesota Transportation Alliance. On behalf of the communities, companies, and professionals who are part of the Alliance, we appreciate this opportunity to highlight a real success story, the Corridors of Commerce program. From its inception in 2013, thanks to the leadership of Chair Dibble and former Chair Hornstein, this program has targeted transportation dollars to some of the most important corridors and projects in the state, projects that had been languishing for decades and sometimes generations. As you can see from this handout that hopefully you all have, $1.8 billion, or a little over $200 million per year, has been invested over 9 years in key corridors, improving freight movement, generating real economic development and business growth, and reducing fatalities and serious injuries in many cases. This year, we are requesting the legislature include a new authorization of trunk highway bonds in the capital bonding bill so we can continue to address critical safety needs and grow the state's economy. Increasing our state GDP while generating professional opportunities in the transportation industry and reducing future deficits depends on building an infrastructure that can support growth. Under MnDOT's debt limit policy, which you can see on the second page of this handout, or the second side, shows that the Trunk Highway Fund can currently support additional trunk highway bonds, maximizing current revenue. And it can support well over $600 million in trunk highway bonds. And I'm sure you'll hear lots of requests today for trunk highway bonds. The Corridors of Commerce program provides a transparent process to allocate funds to the highest ranked projects all across the state. And the benefits are obvious when you look at the major improvements that have been made in key corridors, including I-94, 35W, 169, Highways 14, 23, 371, and the completion of 610. Highway mobility or expansion investments, which are shown in the blue box on this graphic, over the next 20 years, represents only about 3.3% of the revenue that MnDOT plans to spend over the next 20 years. It's a pretty small percentage. The rest of the green boxes that you see are all maintenance and preservation of the existing system. But these projects really are needed. And as you'll hear, I'm sure, from many communities today, they will help reduce fatalities, support local economies, and improve quality of life. So now I'd like to turn to one of our Alliance members, David Sturrock with the Marshall Area Transportation Group, who will talk about the benefits of investments in Highway 23.
Thank you, Ms. Donahue. Mr. Sturck online, please introduce yourself for the record and proceed with your testimony. Go ahead, Mr. Sturck. Can you hear us, Mr. Sturrock? It's not. Apologize, we'll have to move on if we cannot get communications with him.
Okay.
Ms. Donahue, anything else?
Nope, that's all I had. So thank you, and I just finally just hope that you can find some room in the bonding bill for some additional trunk highway bonds for Corridors of Commerce. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Donahue. I would just echo how important Corridors of Commerce has been over my 10 years that I've been here. It's really a great process, or really a great program for so many important highways, commerce across the state. It really helps communities. After Highway 14 was funded through this process, almost immediately there was an announcement for a relocation of a large distribution center for Costco along that
Mr.
corridor.
Chairman,
in Ota. Oh, no,
Madam Vice Chair, members
go ahead,
of the
Mr.
committee.
Sturrock, if you want to continue.
Thank you for this chance to testify. I am David Sturrock, joining you via Zoom from Marshall in southwest Minnesota. I represent the Marshall Area Transportation Group, which includes local governments, major employers, and educational institutions in our region. I'm also speaking for the Highway 23 Coalition, which comprises 12 counties, 15 cities, 9 nonprofits, and over 60 businesses. Our vision is to complete a continuous 279-mile, 4-lane connection between Interstates 35 and 90 while enhancing traffic safety and economic growth across the regions served by Highway 23. For decades, Southwest Minnesota has been left behind, while other areas of the state have enjoyed access to the Twin Cities metropolitan area and major regional centers. Without such direct 4-lane routes, communities in Southwest Minnesota have struggled with safety hazards and mobility limits that hinder both motorists and shippers. In recent years, the Coalition has obtained $105 million in Corridors of Commerce funding to close 4-lane gaps between New London and Richmond, totaling 16 miles. These expansions address performance, mobility, and safety concerns along the corridor. With these improvements, we anticipate a positive economic impact for new and existing businesses along this route. We're grateful to the Trunk Highway 23 improvements funded by Corridors of Commerce since 2017, including a series of passing lanes between Jasper and Wilmer, the Paynesville bypass, and the grade separation at New London, which is being built this year. Each of these projects serve the ongoing goals of the Corridors program: traffic safety, economic productivity, freight mobility, and regional connectivity. The serious and fatal injury crash rate on Highway 23 between Interstate 90 and Wilmer has dropped by 1/3 since these improvements were completed. The Coalition's current priority projects for Highway 23 are planning and preparation for a 4-lane link between Foley and Interstate 35, completing the 4-lane bypass around Wilmer, and completion of a 4-lane link between Marshall and Granite Falls. We're asking the committee to allocate $400 million of Trunk Highway bonds and Trunk Highway Fund cash to the Corridors of Commerce program. Corridors is the only major source of funding for new projects in Greater Minnesota. These projects are at a disadvantage for funding from other sources because of the structure of statewide allocation formulas. Again, thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Mr. Sturrock. Any questions, members? We'll continue on. The next on the agenda is Senate File Number 4261, Senator Hauschild, and on deck is Senate File Number 4755, Senator Port. Senator Hauschild. Senator Farnsworth. No. Senator Hauschild, she was talking to my ears. Senator Hauschild. Too many things going on up here. Senator
At least you mix me up, Mr. Chair, at least you mix me up with another Iron Range delegation member, at minimum. Thank you, Chair Dibble. Thank you, Ranking Member Jasinski and members. I'm here today to present Senate File 4261, which is a bill appropriating $10 million for bond proceeds to fund Cook County to reconstruct the Scenic Gunflint Trail National Scenic Byway. The Gunflint Trail is a 57-mile-long paved road that goes all the way from Grand Marais on the North Shore to the Canadian border. It's an extremely culturally significant part of northern Minnesota, and this bill would give the trail the attention it needs to be functional and enjoyable for Minnesotans for many years to come. The appropriation specifically would resurface 10 miles of failing roadway in Cook County. It would replace 16 deteriorating culverts in the corridor, construct 4 new bridges along the trail, and provide reliable emergency access to both residents of the Gunflint Trail as well as many of the visitors year-round. And finally, it would help promote the preservation of the Boundary Waters Canoe Area and the Superior National Forest. Chair and members, this bill would be extremely influential not just to the people who regularly use the trail, but also to the thousands of visitors who visit Cook County and northern Minnesota every single year. Thank you so much for your consideration. And with me today, all the way from the very tip of the arrowhead, are 2 representatives from Cook County to testify.
Thank you, Senator Hauschild. Whoever wants to go first, I have Mr. Kimmel first. Kimmel Haas, please introduce yourself and state your testimony.
If it's okay with everyone, Chair and committee members, I'd actually turn it over to my Commissioner Sullivan here to kick us off. So,
absolutely. Commissioner Sullivan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Chair Dibble, Senator Jasinski, and all members of the committee. My name's Ann Sullivan, and I serve as a Cook County Commissioner for District 4, and the Gunflint Trail is the heart of my district. I am here today to respectfully request your support for $10 million in state bonding to complete improvements for that final 10 miles of the Gunflint Trail. Keep in mind, Cook County has taken care of the lower 47 miles of that trail. And this particular road is designated as a historic scenic byway and is the primary access corridor to more than 208,000 acres of wilderness within the Boundary Waters. It's not simply a road. It is a critical piece of infrastructure supporting public safety, tourism, and access to both private, state, and federal lands. Cook County is one of Minnesota's largest counties, as you are aware, geographically, but one of the smallest in terms of population. We only have 5,700 residents. We welcome more than 1.2 million visitors annually, and that puts in 90% of the dollars towards our local economy. Many people come from the Twin Cities, from outstate Minnesota to visit this area of Minnesota, yet our small tax base cannot sustain the cost of maintaining infrastructure that serves statewide, national, and even international visitors. The project positively impacts hundreds of jobs, dozens of businesses, and contributes to the economic stability of the region. And keep in mind, this is the only road in and out of the northern part of Cook County. That last 10 miles, as Senator Hauschild mentioned, are failing. And we know that by investing in this project, it is an investment in resilient infrastructure, public safety, and long-term economic stability for all of northeastern Minnesota. I respectfully ask for your support in securing state funding to complete this critical project. And I thank you and suggest you take a minute to listen to our highway engineer, Robert Kimmel-Hess.
Thank you, Commissioner. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, chairs and committee members. If you can, I'd really like it if everyone could flip that handout over, because what I want to touch on is kind of the funding breakdown for this project. What we're really excited to share is we already have about $4.5 million secured for this project, and that's really through a strong partnership of federal and state investments. I will wrap this up. These funds are only available through 2028, and so that gives us a really tight window to get this done. But that's why we're here today, to continue that partnership, and really engineering is already underway. We're on track, like I said, for this project to be shovel-ready in 2028, and so I just thank you for your time, your partnership, and your commitment to preserving the Gunflint Trail. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, Senator Hauschild.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are going to make a slight adjustment. We're going to go to Senator Farnsworth, Senate File 3728. Senator Farnsworth. Senator Farnsworth, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For the sake of time, I will just say thank you for hearing Senate File 3728, which would appropriate $4 million for the city of Virginia to relocate and upgrade municipal water, sanitary sewer, stormwater, as well as to redevelop an area of a decommissioned municipal steam plant. And with me today, I have the mayor of Virginia, Larry Cuffey, with your permission.
Mayor Cuffey, please introduce yourself and continue with your testimony.
Thank you, Mr. Jasinski and Mr. Dibble, co-chair, and members of the committee. My name is Larry Cuffey, Jr. I'm the mayor of the city of Virginia, Minnesota. The ask is for the city of Virginia is requesting $4 million in state bonding for the 6th Avenue reconstruction project directly tied to the upcoming steam plant decommissioning program and deconstruction of the entire facility. This is a time-sensitive opportunity to replace these lines. The city of Virginia will no longer provide steam to the residential and business customers in accordance with the Department of Public Utilities, and we will now be providing gas service to all of them. And so this is a very critical piece. Steam service expires, and it will be shut off by the Department of Public Utilities in October of this year. And so the investment will protect the public infrastructure, ensure resident safety, and reduce the flooding risk. We've had 2 floods in the last 3 years, which created significant damage as a result of the complete crumbling and dysfunctioning of this particular 6th Avenue project, which crosses north and south of Virginia. It's the main artery where all the tributaries come in. It's between 2 different lakes, and there's a lot of leakage going on. So total project cost is $11.1 million. The construction cost is $9.19 million. The requested state funds is for $4 million, and the remaining of the $11.1 million project will be funded by city levy and utility rates. And this is an aging and deteriorated at-risk failure, and we really need this. Is very time sensitive to get this accomplished. With a 54.9% of the residents classified as low to moderate income personnel, it makes it extremely difficult. And so as we're going to tax our levy, it's going to tax the property taxes of our community. And so we're just seeking this $4 million as part of this project to ensure that our infrastructure remains solid. And this is a project that will begin in 2027, completed in 2028, and we've secured the engineering. We have all the infrastructure packages available upon request if this $4 million is approved. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor. Senator Farnsworth, any closing comments?
Other than just to thank you for bumping us up so that my testifier can get on the road all the way back up north. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Farnsworth. Next, we're going to go back on the agenda. Senate file number 5147, Senator Pratt. Senator Pratt, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. Is Senator Port online?
We were just looking for her. We'll find out here. So we thought you'd have you do yours first, and we'll have her follow up with Senate 4755.
Mr. Chair, Senate File 4755 is the bill
Senator
that...
Pratt, we got 5147 first while you're up there. Or if you want to do the other one first, that's fine, if you're already.
You know what? I got the testifiers up here. Let's do that one first.
We're going to jump to Senate
Mr.
File
Chair.
4755.
And I think Senator Pratt will have to represent Senator Port in this matter. I don't think she's going to be able to join us.
Okay, so Senator Pratt to Senator Port's bill.
So thank you, members, and thank you for hearing Senate File 4755, which is a Trunk Highway 13 reconstruction bonding request. And this is really a critical project for our state. The corridor is unique. It serves the ports of Savage where the river rails and roads all come together. And this is also the stretch of road where Senator Port's district and my district meet. Highway 13 is the primary South Metro connection between Highway 169 and 35W and is the sole access to the ports of Savage where our state's agricultural product goes out to the world. This is the final phase for this corridor and it's ready to proceed. Through design, we have reduced the funding gap to $46.1 million, and as you can see in your handout, $145 million from federal, state, local, and regional sources have been assembled to move this forward. You have letters of support in your packets, without funding this session, there is a risk of losing over $30 million in federal funds. So now is the time to complete this vital project. And I have Commissioner Barb Brecky from Scott County to testify on behalf of the project. I also have Lisa Fries from Scott County and Sang Thong Than from the city of Savage for any questions.
Thank you. Ms. Brecky, if you want to introduce yourself and continue the testimony.
Thank you, Chair Dibble and members of the committee. I am Barb Weckman-Brecky, a commissioner in Scott County. Thank you, Senator Pratt, for your support and the invitation to speak on this bill. I'm here to testify in strong support of Senate File 4755, which, if it is fully funded, will be our final request for the Trunk Highway 13 project and the final phase of that project. Let's start with the good news that Senator Pratt already said. Working with MnDOT to refine the project scope, we've reduced our state funding request from $68.1 million down to $46.1 million. But I have to be clear, in this case, a partial project will not work. This is the final phase of the project and it needs to be completed in one swoop. A partial build will create safety risks, delay freight, jeopardize federal funds, and cost upwards of an additional $40 million. Highway 13 provides direct access to the ports of Savage, where approximately 90% of materials arrive by truck, primarily grain from west central and southwestern Minnesota. In fact, the ports of Savage handle about 2 million tons of material annually, making it the second highest river tonnage port in Minnesota. This corridor serves heavy commercial freight traffic, over 3,300 trucks a day. These are farmers bringing grain to market. These are truckers moving goods and goods into the Twin Cities, and these are businesses depending on this reliable access. And this corridor serves a lot of commuters from this whole region. Local partners have significant skin in the game. Since 1996, several locally led projects have been completed on this corridor, with local jurisdictions like Scott County contributing local funds and writing grants to leverage federal dollars. Upon completion of this corridor, Scott County will have invested $30 million in this Trunk Highway 13, and Dakota County and the city of Burnsville will also have contributed $16 million. We've prioritized this project because it's important to the region and to the state. This is a corridor of commerce state highway on the national highway system. It's a priority principal arterial that needs state support. This is not a local road issue.
Commissioner, will you please wrap up?
Yep, this $46.1 million split between general obligation and trunk highway funds will complete this project. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you, Commissioner. Next, before we go to the next bill, in accordance with the rules of the Senate, the following members will be participating remotely in today's hearing. Senator Carlson from Eagan, Minnesota. Next, Senator Pratt, your bill, Senate File 5147.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This request is to support the building of a multimodal corridor along Trunk Highway 13 through Prior Lake. There are several neighborhoods along this stretch of road whose only access to our commercial areas is along Highway 13. And there are extremely narrow shoulders and steep drop-offs that make it unsafe for bike traffic, pedestrians, or any other type of mode of transportation other than vehicle traffic. With the growth in Prior Lake and Scott County, we've seen that this has become an unsafe corridor. I have City Administrator Jason Waddell with me. We have received some federal funds for several pieces of this project along the way, and we're looking for the Trunk Highway Fund to help connect these neighborhoods to 3 of our commercial districts.
Mr. Waddell, please state your name and proceed with your testimony.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. My name is Jason Waddell, and I serve as the city manager for the city of Prior Lake. And I appreciate the opportunity to testify today. And thank you to Senator Pratt for his support. Senator Pratt. Wow, that was a slip. This bill addresses a critical and ongoing public safety concern along Trunk Highway 13, one of our community's primary corridors, which carries approximately 26,000 vehicles per day at speeds of over 50 miles an hour. While this corridor was designed for vehicular traffic, it is functioning as a multimodal route. It connects residents to major commercial areas, schools, our downtown, and several regional parks. In the absence of safe infrastructure, pedestrians and bicyclists are left with no choice but to use the highway shoulder to reach these destinations. So this is not a theoretical concern, it is a real and pressing safety issue. The current conditions have contributed to serious accidents, including a tragic fatality we had in 2016. Every day that this gap remains, residents are placed at unnecessary risk simply trying to get to school, work, or to our community amenities. The City of Prior Lake has been proactive in addressing this issue through local investment and strong partnerships, as was mentioned. We have successfully completed 60% of the planned multimodal trail along this corridor. However, the remaining segment is the most challenging and costly portion, and is also the piece that is essential to making this entire system safe and functional. Without completing this final connection, the existing investments cannot fully deliver the safety benefits that they were intended to provide. So this project is more than a local improvement. It is a regional asset that will enhance safety, connectivity, and quality of life. It aligns with statewide goals of improving multimodal transportation and reducing conflicts between vehicles and non-motorized users. So I thank you for the opportunity to present this afternoon.
Thank you. Senator Pratt, any closing comments?
No, Mr. Chair, as I think Administrator Waddell did a good job. Again, you know, when you look along this route, we have extremely steep drop-offs, so it makes it extremely difficult, and why the project is so expensive and why we need the additional help. Thank you, members, for your consideration.
Thank you, Senator Pratt. We're being very fluid here today, so we're going to make another change here. Next up is Senate File number 5089. Senator Pappas cannot be here, but Mayor Herr from the City of St. Paul is here to present. So with that, Mayor Herr.
Thank you. Kali Herr, Mayor of St. Paul. And thank you, Chair, for the hearing today in front of you. House File, oh, sorry, I'm used to House Files, not Senate Files. Senate Files 5089 is
as be expected.
Is a request for state investment in the city sewer and tunnel work in the West 7th neighborhood. With me today is my Director of Public Works, Sean Kershaw. He worked extensively on this project in the previous administration as well, and so he's here to answer any specific questions, but he can speak to the details and complications of this project and why we are asking for sewer dollars. And I want to just note that this is critical infrastructure, transportation corridor for our city, and there are great needs that must be addressed right now. We've had a number of situations in which it created emergency situations for us with collapsed roadways, and so we are coming to the state to ask for some assistance with this. And Chair, I'm not sure if you have this with you, but I do understand that there is an author's amendment, and that what we are asking for is general obligation bonds, whereas previously we asked for general fund money.
Mayor, we do not have an amendment, I believe. This is just informational today, so.
Okay. All right, thank you. Then I will turn it over to Director Kershaw to tell you a little bit about the project.
Okay. Director Kershaw.
Chair and committee members, my name is Sean Kershaw with Public Works. Just to build off what the mayor said, this is a critical corridor. It's critical to the neighborhood, to the city, to the region, and to the state. It's MnDOT's Trunk Highway 5. Work in this corridor, you see a big number there, is extremely expensive. I've been down in these sewers. They're 30 feet down. They're carved out of the limestone and sand rock. As the mayor mentioned, they're old. They're at least 130 years old. And we have this historic opportunity to reconstruct the corridor, adding ABRT Line J. Before that work can happen, which is scheduled to begin in 2029, we need to go in and repair the sewers. So the requested investment would allow us to begin that critical sewer work that creates safe infrastructure for the public and allows the reconstruction to happen. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Director Kershaw. Seeing none. Whoop, Senator Dibble.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I just can't let the opportunity slip by without noticing that Ramsey County took the original sales tax that was dedicated and made a part of the County Transit Improvement Board. Of course, we then increased the sales tax allocation from 1/4 cent to 1/2 cent. The money was being targeted for transit improvements in this corridor, and Ramsey County chose to sweep all that money out and distribute those dollars for roadway improvements scattered throughout the county. So it is my hope, sincere hope, that those dollars come back to this corridor if we're going to be putting bus rapid transit. It's going to be really hard to figure out how to inspire this legislature to put regional dollars in when Ramsey County has had the opportunity with the original intention for those dollars to put in significant funds to make that project happen. So everyone knows I am not happy with that decision by Ramsey County.
Okay. Mr. Kershaw, then we'll wrap up.
Yeah, thank you. Chair Dibble, just to clarify, I appreciate that. The requested funds would only be used in this case for the city-owned sanitary sewer system that would then allow, as we put the larger funding package together, allow that to proceed.
Thank you. Senator Dibble.
Mr. Chair, just to be clear, I'm supportive of this proposal, not criticizing, but you mentioned BRT, and so kind of got me up out of my seat to mention that Ramsey counties are going to be expecting the region to pay for that while they take all their money away and spend it and distribute it around the county for road projects all around the county when they had the dollars there to do their part of the transit improvements in that corridor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mayor Herb.
Thank you, Chair.
Next on the agenda, Senate File 4673. Senator Wickland, are you here? Not here. Next one down, Senator John. Senate File 4754, Senator John.
Thank you, committee, Chair Jasinski and members. Senate File 4754 is a bonding request from the city of Oakdale, which I have the privilege to represent, to design and construct a standalone pedestrian overpass along 40th Street over Interstate 694. The project addresses unsafe crossings and helps connect residents and new housing to parks, trails, and nearby jobs, including the Forefront campus. Given our limited time, I have the mayor with me to walk through the request.
Thank you. Mayor Zabel, please introduce yourself and proceed with testimony.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. My name is Kevin Zabel. I have the honor and privilege of serving the great city of Oakdale. As Senator Zhang mentioned, Senate File 4754 is a bonding request to design and construct a pedestrian overpass over Interstate 694 at 40th Street. This critical infrastructure is long overdue. Interstate 694 stretches 31 miles from Oakdale to Maple Grove, and along that stretch there are 22 overpasses supporting automobile traffic. All but 2 overpasses have safe and dedicated space for pedestrians and bicyclists, people utilizing wheelchairs and scooters and strollers to walk. Is brown out? Is my testimony that boring?
Oh, that was Senator Johnson Stewart. She leaned on the switch, so she did it again. Senator Dibble, can you keep your members in line here? And she is an engineer. All right, continue with your testimony. We apologize.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. If we zoom out and look regionally, only 3 overpasses along the entire 494-694 loop lack these safe and dedicated pedestrian spaces. 40th Street in Oakdale is one of those overpasses that Senate File 4754 is seeking to address. In recent years, Oakdale and our legislators have worked with MnDOT to explore different options to address this. The bridge deck is not old enough to be scheduled for replacement. Lanes cannot be shrunk down to accommodate an additional walking path while also maintaining the small shoulder. Adding to the safety concerns, this overpass does not have security fencing of any kind, instead only having a knee-high concrete rail separating those on the overpass from Interstate 694 below. Further driving the need for this critical safety investment is Oakdale's rapid growth. Immediately to the east of this overpass is Oakdale's newest neighborhood, Willowbrook, more than 200 acres supporting more than 1,000 new single-family homes, apartments, and townhome units. This area has filled out, but our newest Oakdalians still cannot safely cross Interstate 694. This includes families wanting to walk to our 200-acre nature preserve, workers biking to their jobs at the Forefront campus, and drivers needing to run a few errands in our community and in neighboring cities like Woodbury. Senate File 4754 funds that solution that has become a norm in interstate overpasses. Thank you for your consideration, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions.
Thank you, Mayor. Seeing no questions, thank you.
Thank you.
I do not see Senator Wickland yet, or Senator Jong, any closing comments? Sorry.
Oh, we were still on camera, so we should be good.
All right. Thank you. I'm not seeing Senator Wickland, so Senator Seeberger, you're the lucky next contestant. Senator Seeberger will be presenting Senate File number 4477. Proceed when you're ready.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm pleased to be before the committee on Senate File 4477, which would appropriate $2 million in bond proceeds funds for an intersection at County Highway 10 and 17 in Lake Elmo. Here with me to give you more details on the project is Washington County Engineer and Director of Public Works, Wayne Sandberg.
Mr. Sandberg, go ahead.
Thank you, Chair Dibble, Ranking Member Jasinski, and members of the committee. As was stated, my name is Wayne Sandberg. I serve as the Public Works Director and County Engineer for Washington County. I appreciate the opportunity to testify today. I'm here to speak in support of Senate File 4477, which is a $2 million request for improvements to the intersection of County Highway 10, also known as 10th Street North, and County Highway 17, also known as Lake Elmo Avenue North, in the city of Lake Elmo. Now, County Highway 10 it's 1 mile away from I-94, and it acts as a reliever to that interstate. When there's congestion or some issues on 94, people will get off the exit and they'll shoot down this already busy county highway, making it even busier. The intersection of 10 and 17 sits at the front door of a brand new elementary school that's under construction right now. It's planned to open this fall. And right now there are no sidewalks or trails connecting the school to the surrounding neighborhoods, including Cimarron Park, which is a diverse manufactured home community nearby. So 0 sidewalks, no way to cross the intersection. It's currently an all-way stop. This project proposed to add a roundabout and build those pedestrian connections that will make it safe for kids and families to walk and bike in one of the county's fastest growing communities, Lake Elmo. They'll be able to walk and bike to school and also be able to access nearby Lake Elmo Regional Park. Washington County and the city of Lake Elmo have already committed our share, over $2 million. State investment is what will unlock this important safety improvement. Thank you. I'll be happy to stand for any questions.
Thank you. Questions? Senator Seeberger, any closing comments?
Thank you for the opportunity to present this bill.
Thank you, Senator Seeberger. Senator Wickland is still not moved. Move to Senator Matthews, Senate File 68 and 433. Senator Matthews. Senator Matthews, go ahead when you're ready.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chair. I have first Senate File 68. Chair Dibble, Lead Jasinski, and members, thank you for this informational hearing and an opportunity to talk about an important project in Sherburne County. Senate File 68 is a bill for an interchange at U.S. Highway 10 and Sherburne County State-Aid Highway 11 in Becker Township. And the county is asking the legislature to consider $2.5 million in financial assistance for acquisition, environmental documentation, and engineering portions of this 10 and 11 project. I have Andrew Witter, our county engineer, who's prepared some testimony on this, as well as County Administrator Messelt present as a resource for any questions.
Thank you. Go ahead, whoever would like to go first.
Great. Good afternoon, Chair Dibble and Lead Jasinski, as well as the rest of the Transportation Committee. Thank you for the opportunity to present in front of the informational hearing here today. Also, thank you, Senator Matthews, for introducing the bill. My name is Andrew Witter, Sherburne County Public Works Director and County Engineer. Our board has asked me to express their thanks for this hearing and strong support. We do have the board chair watching today and is available via telephone for any questions if necessary. We are here today to talk to you about a request for final design, environmental documentation, and property acquisition, which will lead to the completion and construction of Trunk Highway 10 and County Road 11 in Becker Township. These bond funds will bring the much needed interchange safety project to fruition and allow future growth in the region. Area agencies have already spent over $3.5 million over the past 7 years on this area and intersection. We've just recently received $1.5 million in federal funds for preliminary design from FRA, the Federal Rail Authority. Right now we're actively engaged with FRA and we are leading preliminary design, which is scheduled to be completed here by the end of the year. This project's important to the entire state, the region. It's not just a local interchange project. It's about moving freight throughout the state from the metro to central Minnesota and beyond. It's about improving the connectivity between two major highways within the state, Trunk Highway 10 and Interstate 94. In fact, we know that 50% of all the freight traffic that goes between the metro and St. Cloud travels through this intersection. And if you happen to use driving apps while you're commuting or moving around the area, it will send you through this intersection if you need to get between Highway 10 and Interstate 94. These are growing corridors and provide critical access to recreational areas around the state, places of businesses and industry, communities from which Minnesotans travel to and from work, school, areas of commerce, hospitals, and homes. The immediate area has over 3,000 acres of land primed for development if the proper infrastructure is in place. This project will remove a critical freight barrier for companies in central Minnesota. It will drastically improve the travel time reliability, which is of the utmost importance for our freight partners in the industry. During the peak season, there's almost 90 high-speed trains on the Burlington Northern dual track. That's upwards of 3 hours these gates are closed, causing queuing of traffic over a mile, significant delays, and costing freight haulers significant dollars in the private sector. Along with these significant congestion issues, we are concerned with the rail and the roadway safety. We've experienced numerous severe and fatal crashes along this area and interchange, along with multiple wrong-way drivers at the intersection every year. The overall crash rate is 5 times the state average. And when you consider just the fatal and severe crashes, that rate jumps up to 12 times. So in closing, we appreciate your support for the $5 million in bond funds for this critical project. We'll take any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Sir Matthews, any other comments?
No, Mr. Chair, we appreciate your consideration for this bill.
Thank you. With that, we'll move on to Senate File Number 433. Senator Matthews. Senator Matthews, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. Senate File 433 is an important project for the city of St. Francis. This is a somewhat unconventional transportation-related improvement project that is time-sensitive due to a planned MnDOT highway reconstruction project on Highway 47 that goes through the heart of St. Francis. So, Mr. Chair, I have with me the mayor of the city of St. Francis, Mayor Mark Vogel, as well as City Administrator Kate Thunstrom as a technical resource for any questions.
Okay. Mayor Franstrom, would you like to go ahead with your testimony?
Good afternoon. Thank you, Senator Jasinski and Senator Dibble and members of the committee. I am Mark Vogel, Mayor of the City of St. Francis, and I greatly appreciate this opportunity to speak with you today. Chair Dibble, I know this is a somewhat different type of bill than many of you are hearing today, and we are so grateful to you and Senator Jasinski for allowing us the chance to explain the unfortunate situation we are in and to ask for your assistance. We also want to thank Senator Matthew for his advocacy and involvement in our community. We are here because the state is reconstructing Highway 47 through our community, and we need to replace and expand our trunk water and wastewater facility lines. Some of these are dated back to 1979. We want to try and include these concurrent with the state's work on Highway 47. Highway 47 is our one and only major artery through our community. If we cannot accomplish these much needed projects together, it will be much more expensive and take a much longer time period. We want to avoid ripping up our roads twice and greatly raising the cost of the local portion of the Highway 47 reconstruct to our residents. We think it would be very unfortunate miss if this transportation-related adjacent work does not take place together. Finally, we are a small to mid-sized city of approximately 8,500 without the financial ability to cover this project completely. We are more than willing financial partners with the state, and we are actively pursuing state and federal grants. We recently secured $2 million in federal money for this project. However, we are in need of an additional $3 million to close the gap and ensure the reconstruction. State and local transportation adjacent projects occur at the same time. At this time, if there's any questions, I would also like to introduce our City Administrator, Kate Thunstrom, if you have any more details. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Thunstrom.
Chair and committee, thank you for the time today. We appreciate your interest in this project. This project is directly tied to the State Highway 47 reconstruction. The timing is important to manage both cost and disruption of this corridor, and this project will begin construction next spring. So the success of that project is working with the state on that gap funding. And thank you for your time and happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Ms. Thunstrom. Senator Matthews, anything closing?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to thank Chair Dibble for accommodating our late hour request on this bill, and very grateful that you've heard this project here today.
Thank you, Senator Matthews. And again, thank you, Senator Dibble. That was one of my requests on this kind of a late entry here, but thank you for getting it on the agenda. Next, we're going to move to Senator Limmer, Senate File 3575. And Senate File 4494 while you're here as well, Senator Limmer. Senator Limmer, start when you're ready.
Which one did you want me to start on?
The first one we have is Senate File 3575.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I want to thank you for giving us this opportunity to speak about our needs. Thank you, Senator Dibble, as well. Senate File 3575 addresses critical safety improvements for the last section of Highway 12 reconstruction. Our community has been working on this project for many, many years, and it's time to get these safety improvements completed. I know we're short on time, Mr. Chair, so I'd like to turn it over to my testifier, the Mayor of the City of Independence, Mr. Brad Spencer, for more details.
Mayor Spencer, introduce yourself and continue with the testimony.
Thank you, Chair Dibble, Lee Jasinski, and committee members. My name is Brad Spencer, and I am the Mayor of the City of Independence. Thank you so much for hearing this important bill to help us complete the last portion of Highway 12, and thank you to Senator Limmer for carrying this legislation. It is my community's #1 priority. The reconstruction has long been needed to address this roadway's outdated design and heavy traffic volumes. More importantly, it is needed to address the serious safety concerns. This section of Highway 12 is the oldest unimproved section of U.S. Highway within the metropolitan area and has become known as the corridor of death due to its reputation for serious head-on collisions. Since 2014, we've held meetings with the Highway 12 Safety Coalition comprised of affected city representatives and public safety leaders to try to address these concerns. We have a unique opportunity to coordinate with scheduled MnDOT work at the west end of this section of highway. MnDOT will replace the signalized intersection with a roundabout at County Line Road and Delano in 2029. Coordinating that work with reconstruction of this segment of Highway 12 would allow single construction season and consolidated detours, cost efficiencies through shared mobilization of equipment and materials, and reduced disruption for residents, commuters, and freight traffic. Deferring this project to a later bonding bill would almost certainly eliminate the opportunity to pair these improvements, increasing both cost and disruption. So in conclusion, it's our priority in getting this section of highway finished. We need your help. I've also with me Independent City Administrator Mark Kaltzis to help answer any technical questions your committee may have. And thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you. Senator Limmer, any closing comments?
I think the mayor completed it pretty much. Wanted to emphasize, and it's a local nickname, but it really is used, the term is used, corridor of death. It's a very unsafe section of road.
Okay. Thank you, Senator Limmer. Next one, Senate File number 4494. While you're up there, Senator Limmer.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Senate File 4494 seeks funding for for a final piece of railroad crossing safety improvements. I'm grateful for your past support on this project and asking for your support to finish the very last piece. Again, I'd like to turn it over to the Mayor of Independence for a little more explanation.
Mayor Spencer, go ahead.
Thank you again, Chair Dibble and Lee Jasinski and committee members. For the record, I am Brad Spencer, the Mayor of Independence, and thank you for hearing Senate File 4494 for the continuation of railroad crossing safety improvements. Previous state dollars allocated for safety improvements along this corridor, 2 in Medina completed in 2018-2021 and 1 in Loretto in 2024. We are here today asking the legislature for supplement to the previously allocated funding to allow us to complete the final crossing in this series located at Town Line Road, just west of Loretto, but located within the cities of both Medina and Independence. These investments have steadily improved safety along this rail corridor from east to west. This request builds on the legislature's previous investment of $450,000 appropriated in 2023. Since that time, the project has advanced through engineering and design phases. As those efforts have progressed, it has become clear that the construction costs will exceed the original estimate. The Town Line Road crossing is uniquely complex. It crosses 2 active railroad tracks, a main line and a passing siding, and is influenced by a nearby intersection, which creates additional safety considerations for motorists and train operations. For these reasons, the leaders of the cities of Medina, Loretto, and Independence respectively ask the committee to support this small additional investment, which will allow for full completion of this project and ensure the state's prior investment can be fully realized. Thank you for consideration of this request and for your time today. Administrator Mark Kultz is here and is willing to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you, Mayor Spencer. Senator Limmer, any other closing comments?
No, I have none. I appreciate the focus on this.
Thank you, Senator Limmer. Next, we'll move on. Senator Draheim, who has to get to finance, Senate File 404 and 405. We have a remote testifier on Senate File 404. So Senator Draheim, Senate File 404.
Thank you, Chair Dibble and Chair Jasinski. Senate File 404 is the one you want to hit first, right?
Yes.
So that is the city of Mapleton. And for those of you who don't know, the city of Mapleton, approximately 20 miles south of Mankato, about 1,700 person population. And I believe we have Sarah Moore online.
Yes, we do. Ms. Moore, could please state your name and proceed with your testimony.
Good afternoon, Chair and members of the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to testify today. My name is Sarah Moore, and I am the City Administrator for the City of Mapleton. I'm here today in support of Senate File 404, which provides critical investment in Mapleton's infrastructure. Mapleton is a small but flourishing community in Blue Earth County. While our population is just over 1,700, we are growing. Since 2020, we have added new housing, and the Maple River School District has opened a new K-12 facility in our community. In addition, this past year, we have welcomed 4 new businesses. This request supports a comprehensive project to improve Borgert Street Southeast and 8th Avenue Southeast, 2 key corridors that serve as primary access routes for school buses and residents. Currently, portions of these roadways remain gravel, even as traffic volumes have significantly increased. These conditions create safety concerns and require constant maintenance. This project goes beyond road improvements. It addresses multiple critical infrastructure needs at once, including transportation, drinking water, wastewater, drainage, and fire protection. This plan includes paving Borgert Street Southeast, the last remaining gravel segment of a key east-west corridor, along with reconstructing a portion of 8th Avenue Southeast, which is also currently gravel, to safely support current and future traffic, including access to the MnDOT maintenance shop. The project also includes installing water main, sanitary sewer, and storm sewer infrastructure, as well as constructing stormwater treatment to reduce flooding and meet environmental standards. Importantly, this project will create a looped water system. Today, portions of Mapleton rely on dead-end water main, which limits water pressure and fire protection. After a recent commercial fire, it became clear that improvements are necessary to adequately protect our businesses and residents. This investment will improve safety, support economic growth, and ensure our infrastructure keeps pace with our growing community. We respectfully ask for your support of Senate File 404, which provides $1,950,000 toward these critical improvements. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you, Ms. Moore. Senator Draheim, any final comments?
No, I just appreciate the committee's time.
Thank you, Senator Draheim. The next, we'll move on to your Senate file number 405.
Thank you, committee. The next one, City of Fairmont, which is about 10,000 people, about 2.5 hours south of here where we're at today. And I think we have Mr. York online, Matthew York.
Yes, we do. Mr. Rourke, if you'd introduce yourself. Mr. York, state your name and proceed with your testimony.
Yes. Good afternoon, Chair Dibble, Ranking Member Jasinski, and the committee members. My name is Matthew York, and I'm the Public Works and Utilities Director for the City of Fairmont. Thank you very much for hearing Senate File 405 and for Fairmont street reconstruction projects, and thank you for Senator Draheim for carrying this bill. The City of Fairmont is seeking just over $10 million assistance from the state to fund a road construction project that will make necessary safety improvements to the area, as well as increase opportunities for much needed residential development. Between the two project areas, we will have the ability to open up over 170 acres of land for residential development, recreational opportunities, and to solve traffic circulations issues within the city. Fairmont is a vital economic community for Southwest Minnesota, and Senate File 405 will help create major change for the city. I'd like to thank you for your time, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. York. Any questions? Senator Draheim, any final comments?
No, I just want to thank the committee for their time and Beth for helping with speed me up so I can get to finance.
Yeah, thank you. I'll be there as soon as I can.
Okay, thanks.
Could be a while, but. Next, we're going to move to Senator Westrom. Senator Westrom has Senate file number 3284. Oh my goodness. There we go. Senator Westrom, proceed when you're ready.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members, this Senate file is dealing with an interchange and a new exit on I-94 by Alexandria on County Road 17, $1.5 million to help with acquisition of right-of-way as well as planning, and the county has put it on their priority list with a local sales tax, and I'll turn it over to Tim Erickson from Douglas County Engineer.
Mr. Erickson, introduce yourself and proceed with testimony.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Transportation Committee members. I am Tim Erickson. I'm the Public Works Director and the County Engineer for Douglas County. Thank you again for the time to talk about this bill. Douglas County in general and the Alexandria area in particular is a growing community. The population of the county has grown by about 20% over the past 20 years, and that growth is anticipated to continue into the future. Almost 1/3 of the population of Douglas County resides within the city of Alexandria. Future growth of Alexandria is expected to be to the north and to the east of the current city limits. Douglas County is planning to serve this growing community by building an interchange on Interstate Highway 94 at County State-Aid Highway 17. Located approximately 5 miles east of Alexandria and 6 miles west of Osakis, this rural interchange will initially serve the residents and tourists to the Douglas County Lakes area, as well as the communities of Alexandria, Nelson, Ferreta, and Osakis in Douglas County, as well as Villard in Pope County. As the city of Alexandria continues to grow, this interchange will become a vital connection to serve the residents of the eastern limits of the city. Once the interchange is completed, CSA 17 is also expected to develop into an additional truck route for the community. The proposed interchange will utilize the existing bridge over Interstate 94, so we will only need to construct entrance and exit ramps to the interstate. This will maximize benefit while keeping costs manageable. Douglas County has estimated construction costs for the project to be $5 million, which will be funded through the county's local option sales tax. This bill requests $1.5 million to provide for the design and the preliminary engineering of this project. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Erickson. Senator Westerman, any closing comments?
Mr. Chair, many of you probably have visited the Alexandria Lakes area in the summer or fall or around the year. Our motto is easy to get to, hard to leave, and this just helps make it easier to get to as a third exit on the east side of town. There's just a growing traffic population, and it's a common sense way to access many of the lakes on the east and the north side of Alexandria.
Thank you, Senator Westerman. Thank you, Mr. Erickson. Next up, we have Senate file number 5158 by Senator Dames. Senator Dames.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chair and members. Today I have Senate File 5158, which is a request for $1.3 million to repair the Swayback Bridge, which is located in Ramsey Park, which is part of the city of Redwood Falls. The bridge was built in 1939 by the Workers' Progress Administration and is on the historic registry and does need some repairs. Today we have the city administrator from Redwood Falls, Keith Metzel, online. If you could have him go next, Mr. Chair.
Sure. Mr. Metzel, please introduce yourself and proceed with testimony.
Thank you, Chair Dibble, members of the committee. My name is Keith Metzel. I'm the Redwood Falls City Administrator. As Senator Dames indicated, the Swayback Bridge spans the Redwood River and Redwood Falls. And as Mr. Dames also stated, it was constructed in 1939 as a WPA project. The bridge was constructed originally by the state of Minnesota as an improvement to the Ramsey State Park, which was originally part of the state park system. The granite stone Swayback Bridge is a one-of-a-kind structure. It's actually designed to allow water to overtop the bridge during high water periods. Ownership of Ramsey State Park was transferred to the city of Redwood Falls in the 1950s, and then at that time the bridge was designated as a county bridge. The Redwood County owned the bridge until 2013. In 2013, the bridge was redecked and ownership was transferred to the city of Redwood Falls. Since 2013, the bridge has been subject to 5 major flood events that were declared either as state or federal disasters. Those recent 5 disasters have caused significant damage to the granite blocks of the bridge piers and overall mortar damage that requires significant tuck pointing. Being the bridge is listed on the National Historic Register, the repairs need to be done in a manner that is consistent with original construction methods and materials. This involves matching the hand-cut granite blocks and replicating the original mortar mix. The scope of the repairs to this historic bridge are beyond what the city of Redwood Falls can financially support. Therefore, the city is requesting $1.3 million to cover the cost of the granite block repair and the tuck pointing. The city of Redwood Falls has previously pursued FEMA funding, and our requests have been denied as FEMA views this damage as a result of something that occurred over time and is not a result of one specific natural disaster. Thus, the historic bridge that was originally constructed as part of the Minnesota State Park system continues to deteriorate and is in need of repair. The bridge is both regionally and historically significant, and the city of Redwood Falls respectfully requests the allocation of state bond funds to complete the repair work. A handout was provided that includes information on the history of the bridge and the repairs that are needed. And with that, I am happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Metzel. Any questions? Senator Dibble.
Thanks, Mr. Chair. I'm trying to recall, I think the bonding committee visited this bridge. It's a very, very interesting and very unique bridge, one of the only of its type in the country. So designed, as the testifier said, for the water to come over the top from time to time. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Senator Dibble. Senator Dames, any closing comments?
Well, thank you for bringing it up, Senator Dibble. And this is one of 2 bridges like this in the lower 48 states. So it is quite a unique bridge, and certainly appreciate you hearing the bill today. And thank you, members.
Thank you, Senator Dames. Next up, we have Senator Wicklund with Senate File 4673 and Senate File 380. And Senator Wickland, when you're ready, go ahead and proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And let me get my notes out. I wasn't sure which one you would pick to go first, and so I will get my Bloomington notes out. So thank you, Mr. Chair, and for, Mr. Chair over there, for having this informational hearing today about Senate File 4673. This is a project in the city of Bloomington, and it is called the Old Shakopee Road Capital or Corridor Improvement Project. This bill supports improvements to Old Shakopee Road, a key east-west corridor in Bloomington that connects neighborhoods, businesses, and a major transit hub at I-35W and 98th Street. The project will provide modernization, which is desperately needed for an outdated roadway design, by improving safety and accessibility for people who are walking, biking, and using transit. And with Hennepin County funding 75% of this $22 million project, this $4.4 million state request will help advance a regionally significant corridor that supports multimodal transportation and better connectivity across the metro. And this is about a block and a half from my house, so I'm really excited to see that this project move forward. So I would like to turn it over now to Julie Long, who is the city engineer for Bloomington.
Welcome. Please introduce yourself and proceed with your testimony.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Chair and members of the committee. My name is Julie Long, and I serve as the city engineer for Bloomington. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today in support of funding the Old Shakopee Road Improvement Project. Old Shakopee Road, also known as County State-Aid Highway 1, is a critical east-west corridor in Bloomington, connecting residents, businesses, and a growing regional job center near I-35W and 98th Street. This area is anchored by major transit stations serving the Metro Orange Line and multiple bus routes, making it a key hub for regional mobility. Today, however, the corridor reflects an outdated design that prioritizes fast vehicle travel over safety and accessibility. People walking, biking, or accessing transit face significant barriers and safety risks. This project would change that. The proposed project presents an opportunity to improve multimodal safety along an arterial road within a suburban setting. A safe system design is anticipated in order to reduce fatal and severe crashes, especially those involving vulnerable users. We are planning a full reconstruction from Aldrich Avenue to 2nd Avenue that replaces aging pavement, curbs, and stormwater systems while transforming the corridor into a safer, more inclusive transportation route. Key improvements include adding bike lanes on both sides of the road, reconstructing sidewalks with buffers for trees and pedestrian comfort, and upgrading crossings with ADA-compliant curb ramps and accessible pedestrian signals. We will also improve key intersections, particularly near the Kennedy High School, to reduce conflict points and calm traffic. Importantly, this project fills a major gap in the regional bicycle and pedestrian network. It strengthens connections to Lyndale Avenue, Nicollet Avenue, and a broader regional trail system, creating safe and direct links between neighborhoods, transit, and employment centers. This project delivers regional benefits highlighted by the fact that 50% of the traffic on this road neither starts nor ends their trip in Bloomington. By improving access to transit and supporting multimodal travel, it enhances mobility for commuters and reduces reliance on single occupancy vehicles. It also advances equity and sustainability goals. The county and city and MnDOT are working through a project development along Old Shakopee Road immediately to the west. Granting the funding request would extend this corridor vision to the east and allow agencies to address transportation needs sooner than current programming levels allow. Thank you for your time and consideration of this strategic investment in safety and accessibility.
Thank you, Ms. Long. Senator Wickland, any closing comments on this one?
No, I just think it's a really highly used corridor, and having some ability to make it more friendly for bikes and pedestrians would really be helpful. So thank you.
Thank you. Next one, Senator Wickland, Senate File 380. And you can proceed when you're ready.
Yeah. And Senate File 380, I appreciate, again, having the opportunity to present this bill informationally in your committee, and would like to have you learn about the City of Richfield's project. This is Nicollet Avenue project, and I especially want to thank Chair Dibble for actually walking on walking this project with me. You know from doing that it's really an unsafe area for pedestrians and cars, students, bikers, those driving cars. This deteriorating roadway cannot safely handle the large amount of people attempting to move through this corridor. So I would like to turn it over to my testifier, who is Sean Hayford O'Leary, who is a member of the Richfield City Council.
Councilmember O'Leary, go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair Dibble, Ranking Member Jasinski, and committee members. I'm Councilmember Sean Hayford O'Leary, and I'm honored to be here to speak with you about Nicollet Avenue in Richfield. As Senator Wickland noted, we were grateful that Senator Dibble toured this unsafe corridor last fall. Senator Dibble, I'm sure you remember walking with me and Mr. Powers here, our city engineer, at dusk and experiencing that corridor firsthand, the challenges that residents and non-resident drivers, pedestrians, and cyclists face as they move through this corridor. The road was built in the 1950s and it truly needs to be reconstructed. Nicollet Avenue is only 1.2% of Richfield's road network, but it accounts for 13% of all the crashes in Richfield. 227 crashes occurred on Nicollet just within the last 5 years. The street is important for pedestrians with a large park, our community's library, and a community center, in addition to 3 churches and 2 schools. I myself have been crossing Nicollet as a pedestrian for over 30 years. I once walked with my grandma to the library that's still there. And children and families today still have the same barriers that I faced, at 5 years old at that time. They still need to cross the street to go from residential neighborhoods to that park. We've invested and tried really hard to make the best out of that old street, working with incremental improvements, but today it's still a dangerous and unpleasant location to cross. I know Senator Jasinski, Chair Dibble, and committee members have spent a lot of time talking about the burden of local cost share on cities, especially for communities like Richfield with freeways, highways, and large county projects that run through our city. We are very grateful for you taking this problem seriously and working on it going forward. But as it stands today, the costs of rebuilding Nicollet Avenue again fall entirely or largely on Richfield. Only 10% of the driving trips on Nicollet stay entirely within Richfield. More than half is simply passing through from Minneapolis to Bloomington. Richfield has spent significantly on regional assets like this, with $49 million over the last 20 years from a community with very modest tax base. That money has supported the rebuild of Portland Avenue, 66th Street, and a city-funded interchange of 494. We need state support to move this project forward and avoid saddling our residents. Thank you again for your time. We appreciate your consideration.
Thank you. And Mr. Powers, we're out of time, but if you want to have a couple comments, go ahead.
No additional testimony. I'm happy to answer any questions. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Powers. Questions, anybody? Thank you. Thank you, Senator Wickland.
Thank you very much.
Next, we are on Senate File Number 4646. But before we go ahead, in accordance with the rules of the Senate, following members will be participating remotely. We're adding Senator McEwen from Duluth and Senator Lang from Olivia. Senator Barr.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and members of the committee. Appreciate your time and hearing the bill. Senate File 4646 is a project that would get the engineering phase out of the way for a possible Mississippi River crossing between Highway 10 and 610 in the northwest metro area. This is a heavy industrial area up there, and this would shorten trips and for not only for vehicles, but all commerce. And with me, I have the city administrator, Brian Hagan, to answer any questions.
Mr. Hagan, please introduce yourself and proceed.
All right. Thank you, Member Jasinski. My name is Brian Hagan, City Administrator in Ramsey. Thank you for the time today to talk about our project here. Just quick reference, the one-pager. I know you guys are busy and you're hearing a lot of information today, so if you reference that now or later and have any questions, please reach out. But ultimately, we're asking, I'm here on behalf of a number of partner cities. It's Ramsey, Dayton, Champlin, and Maple Grove. We're partnering together to look at this Northwest Area Transportation Needs Study. We've already spoken with the counties as well, Anoka and Hennepin County, and their support of, and MnDOT. We're really viewing this as a project that's been in discussion for probably nearly 50 years, and now is really time is of the essence as that northwest area of the cities is growing. We anticipate collectively between the four cities about 26,000 in population growth in the next couple of years. A lot of that happening in the city of Dayton where there's vacant land. We all know how difficult it is to expand roads even as development already has occurred around it. So this really lays that framework to, number one, design the project, look at all of the scenarios possible, and ultimately establish and start to preserve right-of-way as we work towards construction. I'll note that the key corridors that are around the area right now are experiencing about 2 to 3.5 hours of congestion daily. The river crossings currently are at 101, 169, and 610. And recent feasibility study figures they're about 50% over capacity currently. And those corridors, they're really important for moving freight within the state, as also kind of being the gateway to northern Minnesota to enjoy the recreational opportunities up there. Without this coordinated regional level plan, local governments, MnDOT, we're all left with facing the high crash rates that are occurring, as well as the congestion. So, we don't anticipate our growth to slow down anytime soon. We're all entering into our comprehensive plan amendments, and this EIS, Tier 1 and 2 EIS, is just perfect timing along with that. Why the state, why we're here? We do realize that this corridor, it's much bigger than just a river crossing. It's often referred to as a river crossing, but it's a regional transportation plan. It ties into statewide travel, multiple major infrastructure, interstates, things of that nature. So it is really important right now. Ramsey, we're ready to take the funds and manage those funds in partnership with the area communities and the counties and MnDOT. We want to have a lot of stakeholder involvement in this to make sure it works long-term and we can have a great plan now moving forward. I'll just close by saying thank you again. I appreciate your time this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Hagan. Senator Bauer, any closing comments?
I just want to thank the committee for its time today, and if you have any questions in the future, don't hesitate to ask. Thank you.
Thank you. Folks, we're about halfway. We're doing pretty good, and I want to thank everybody for being expedited, or fast, better word, expeditious, sorry. So the next one we have is Senate File number 4210, Senator Utke. And as you've seen, we don't have a lot of time for questions to get through this, but if you have a quick question, certainly members ask your questions. Senator Utke, Senate File 4210.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. Senate File 4210 is a bill for a project in the city of Frazee. The project includes roadway improvements and installation of water and sewer infrastructure. The one change, and I know you're not doing amendments, it's just for informational today. If you do have the bill in front of you, there will be an amendment at a later time. Just increases the price a little bit because as everything sits, prices go up. So the new price is $2,450,000. So with that, Mr. Chair, I would like to call on City Administrator Stephanie Pagel. I believe she is on Zoom to tell us more about the project.
I do see her. Ms. Pagel, please introduce yourself and proceed.
Good afternoon, Chair Dibble, Ranking Member Jasinski, and committee members. My name is Stephanie Pagel, and I serve as the City Administrator for the City of Frazee. I respectfully request your support of Senate File 4210 for $2.45 million for the North River Drive infrastructure improvements to install approximately 1 mile of water and sewer lines, asphalt road, and multi-use trail. There is only one property eligible for special assessing along this stretch of road, with the remaining property either out of city limits or publicly owned. The timing of this request is critical, as plans are underway for construction of elements requiring water and sewer within Waconia Regional Park. Without this project, 2 wells and 2 septic systems will need to be installed near the Otter Tail River, which will become obsolete once water and sewer lines are extended, resulting in unnecessary duplication of costs. The current gravel road was not designed for the level of traffic seen today. In 2025, over 37,000 visitors made their way to the park. The road sees even more traffic as it borders the Frazee School District and is the main access road to many of their outdoor sporting fields and elementary parking lot. Student safety is a major concern, particularly for those biking or walking to these facilities. The proposed multi-use trail will provide a safe, dedicated route. Finally, the water line extension will create a loop system for the Red Willow Heights neighborhood. Currently, this area is served by 1 water line, meaning a failure would leave residents without access to safe, reliable drinking water. Passage of Senate File 4210 will ensure safe drinking water, improved infrastructure, and safe access for students and residents alike. Thank you for your time and consideration, and I would be happy to answer any of your questions.
Thank you, Ms. Pagel. Questions? Senator Utley, closing comments.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. I appreciate the time, and thank you much. Thanks.
Thank you, Senator Utke. Next, Senator Gruenhagen, Senate File 3557. And Senator Gruenhagen, when you're ready, go ahead and proceed.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair, and Chair Dibble and members for hearing the Senate File 3557. This is a $750,000 request. It is the local city is also matching $750,000. So I do like those buy-ins of local revenues into a project. Also, it's going to the city of Watertown, which is located about 30 miles west of Minneapolis. It's in Carver County. And I have with me today Mayor Walters and Administrator Tolsma to testify and provide further information. There's also a nice little handout explaining the project in more detail. It does address the ADA and a number of other things in downtown Watertown.
Thank you, Senator Gruenhagen. Mayor Walters.
Thank you, Chair Dibble, and Chair and Ranking Member Jasinski and Senators. I'm Michael Walters, the Mayor of the City of Watertown, and I'm grateful for this opportunity to speak with you. I want to start by thanking our great Senator Glenn Gruenhagen here for his strong support.
I gave him $5 for that comment.
for our advocacy, his advocacy, excuse me, for the public infrastructure needs of the city of Watertown. As a city, just under 5,000 residents, we work hard to provide our residents and businesses with core infrastructure. Today, we hope you will look favorably on a $750,000 request to assist us with our regional road infrastructure needs, specifically Lewis Avenue and Fremont Street that run through the heart of our downtown. These corridors have very poor conditions and are not ADA accessible for pedestrians. This critical infrastructure project is needed for public safety, pedestrian safety, and improved connections to our Watertown Business District. For a community our size, large projects like this one are difficult to fund alone, and with your collaboration, we can deliver infrastructure that is safe, accessible, and built to serve Watertown for decades to come. And we respectfully, ask for your partnership in this infrastructure project. Chair Dibble, I also have with me our Watertown City Administrator, Dan Tolsma. He's a resource that can answer any questions that you might have. But I'd also like to thank you all very much for your service to our great state of Minnesota. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tolsma.
Thank you, chairs and committee members. I have no additional comments, but would be happy to answer any questions, and also just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you. Members, any questions from Senator Gruenhagen? Anything closing?
Yeah, it's a community of about 4,600 to 4,800 people. It's growing, and again, they're willing to step up with half the funds they need, so they simply want it matched to $750,000. Appreciate your consideration.
Thank you, Senator Gruenhagen.
Thank you.
Next, we have Senate File 4484. Senator Curran, are you here? Oh, there you are. Sorry, it's hiding over there. Senate File 4484, proceed when you're ready.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and we appreciate the committee hearing it. 4484 is an important project for the city of North Branch. It has to do with an interchange, or a new interchange on Interstate 35. And with the time constraints, what I'd like to do is just toss it over to the mayor to tell about the project and how it's needed in the city of North Branch. So.
Okay, Mayor Schieber, is it Schieber? Schieber, go ahead and introduce yourself and proceed. Oh, can you hear us?
You're muted.
We cannot hear you, Mayor.
That's the city administrator. The mayor is.
Oh, sorry, city administrator.
All right, this is Kevin Schieber. Can you hear me now?
Now we can hear you. Yep, go ahead and introduce yourself and proceed.
All right, I apologize. Good afternoon, Chair Dibble, Ranking Member Senator Jasinski, and all members of the Senate Transportation Committee. My name is Kevin Shiver, Mayor of North Branch, and I am participating remotely today from my home in North Branch. Thank you for allowing us to present Senate File 4484 and our project, and thank you to Senator Coran for authoring this bill. So our $4 million request for design, engineering, and minor right-of-way acquisition is part of a regional transportation plan, not only affecting Chisago County, but Isani County as well. First and foremost, the City of North Branch would like to emphasize the significant public safety concerns that stem from the current configuration of the city's major roadways. As one of Minnesota's fastest growing cities, North Branch faces distinct challenges because Interstate 35 divides the city geographically. This division complicates mobility and access for residents, especially as the community continues to expand. To further exemplify the growing roadway demands, the city anticipates the construction of 1,300 new homes, with approximately 900 of those planned for the west side of I-35, which is the newer side of town. Alongside this residential growth, increasing commercial development is also expected in this area. But given these trends, ensuring reliable access across both sides of the city becomes not only important, but essential for the well-being and safety of our residents. Currently, all emergency responder facilities, including fire, police, and EMS, are situated exclusively on the east side of Interstate 35. So for those members, the east side is our original side, and now everything's kind of pushed over to the west side. The configuration poses substantial obstacles for emergency personnel when responding to incidents in the rapidly developing residential and commercial areas on the west side of the interstate. As both population and business activities continue to grow, the challenge becomes more pronounced. The reliance on a single access route across I-35 not only hinders timely emergency response, but also increases the risk to the safety and well-being of the North Branch community. Our second point today is North Branch is also experiencing a significant economic growth, which in today's challenging environment is a positive situation for our community. We are pleased to share that our 250-acre industrial park is set to welcome a new business following the purchase of 120 acres within that designated industrial business zone. So this development represents investment exceeding $150 million and will initially generate approximately 100 well-paying jobs as part of its operational launch. This new business will also bring increased transportation demands, specifically requiring the movement of 400 trucks per week, an average of 80 trucks each day during the standard work week.
Mayor, if you can finish up, please.
All right. So in closing, our city has already invested $4 million in this project, which includes property acquisition. We do own 3 of the 4 interchange corners, along with sewer and water infrastructure. I will also say, too, that this project requires many team members, including the city of, and there's a township of North Branch, Chisago, Sandy County, East Central Regional Development Commission, 7E, MnDOT, and the federal government. So as you can see, it creates a regional impact on teamwork and support. But the state legislature is an important part of this team as well. So receiving these funds this year allows the city to elevate our planning actions with all of those projected partners with more clear direction and details as we move towards the construction phases. So committee members, thank you again. If there are any questions, I'll do my best to answer. We also have our city administrator online as well.
Thank you. Members' questions? Senator Cran, closing comments.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We'll be brief. It's an important project for the city of North Branch. We are growing fairly rapidly, and we appreciate everyone's consideration. Thank you.
Thank you. And I believe while you're at the table, I believe you're going to present Senator Housley, Senate File 1009. Senator Cran.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Chair. And the mayor, while he makes his way up here, so I just want to be clear. I'm Senator Coran. I know the resemblance to Senator Housley is very close, but happy to present on her behalf and for 2 vital projects within Washington County. And so what I'd like to do is just turn over the testimony to Mayor.
Awesome. Hey, thank you all so much. Thank you, Chair Dibble, for the opportunity to present this project. I'll keep it quick, but I want to thank Senator Housley for her ongoing support of the city of Stillwater, and thank Senator Coran for presenting this bill.
Can you introduce yourself, please, for the record?
I'm sorry. Ted Kozlowski, Mayor of Stillwater.
Thank you.
So thank you for presenting this on Senator Housley's behalf. We're seeking assistance to complete improvements on the Washington Avenue and Highway 36 intersection in Stillwater. For those of you that have been to our beautiful city, it's the first lights you're going to hit as you're driving east on Highway 36. It's been a disaster for a while. We see a significant volume of traffic, about 7,000 plus vehicles daily, and an additional 3,500 across the frontage roads that intersect it. This intersection is simply not effectively handling the traffic load that it sees, and it's in need of significant improvements to improve flow and safety. You may remember a couple of years ago, you worked with the city of Oak Park Heights directly across Highway 36 to do a very similar project for them, and they were eligible. They got some bonding dollars out of that. So we're trying to do the same thing on our side of the highway. This project will make several infrastructure improvements for vehicle travel. It'll also include dedicated pedestrian infrastructure to connect Stillwater and Oak Park Heights, opening up safe, dedicated access for multiple modes of transportation to medical, retail, and senior housing facilities between the two communities. One of the scariest things for me as mayor is when I'm driving on 36 and I see, people with different abilities trying to get across that intersection. Again, it's nice and safe now on the Oak Park Heights side. We really need to mirror that on our side because there are a lot of pedestrians going between the two cities, which is something we love. So it's a key access point for 36, but it needs improvement so it can handle current and future traffic. This is something that's been on our list for a very long time. It's also just a very, very expensive project. So we're respectfully asking for your help to make sure we can move this forward, and thank you for the opportunity to present. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mayor. And I think that's also one we toured on the bonding tour years back.
Yes.
That intersection of you were out there, Senator Dibble as well, but obviously a very high traffic intersection. So
it is, yeah, a lot of accidents and a lot of traffic, and we could really use your help. So appreciate your time today, and go wild.
Mr. Coleman, anything else you'd like to add?
Chair, members of the committee, I would just add, in addition to...
Introduce yourself, please, sorry.
City Administrator Joe Coleman for the City of Stillwater. I would just like to add, in addition to the 55% increase that Highway 36 has seen over the past 9 years, the greater Stillwater area is just anticipated to continue growing. So we're just going to see more traffic and more congestion and more safety issues as time goes on. But thank you so much for your time and appreciate hearing us out today.
Thank you. Any closing things on those, Senator Cran?
No, Mr. Chair, I'm happy to present 5191 as well, and I have a great mayor to tell you the story about what the needs are for that project as well.
Go ahead, Senator Files 5191. No. Senator, you want to testify to the Senate File 5191?
Is that what we just did?
No, we just did. You've got...
I think that's Forest Lake.
You got two projects.
Yeah, Forest Lake's not me.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that was for 1,009 Stillwater Washington Avenue.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Sorry about that. We're good. Thank you, Mr. Chair. The City of Forest Lake is requesting $5.5 million in state bonding funds for intersection improvement for Trunk Highway 61 and 11th Avenue, County 32. This project would be funded. This project should be funded now, so the intersection improvements can be constructed concurrently with Washington County's 32 reconstruction project in 2028, maximizing efficiency and minimizing disruption to the public. This saves taxpayer dollars, and the current problems and needs are minimized maintenance over time. It's not ADA compliant, and also provides for poor pedestrian connectivity and creates unsafe movement to offset the geometry of the project. These conditions lead to driver confusion between approaching vehicles, increased risk of angle and rear-end crashes, a whole host of issues. Why it matters, these improvements are delayed and constructed separately. As currently proposed by MnDOT, the corridor will be disrupted twice. Taxpayer costs will increase, and the newly built infrastructure may need to be removed and replaced if they're not done simultaneously. Delivering the projects together will avoid duplication of mobilization, staging, and traffic control costs. Advancing the funding now will ensure a safer, accessible, and more efficient corridor while making the most responsible use of the public dollars through the coordinated construction. And Mr. Chair, I don't believe we have any other testifiers.
Okay, members, any questions? Seeing none, thank you, Senator Cran.
Thank you. Have a great day.
We're going to jump ahead to Senate File 618, Senator Drazkowski. Senator Drazkowski.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and members. Senate File 618 deals with the City of Wabasha and Trunk Highway 60. You see in front, I think the language was handed out in front of you. I know you don't have the bill before you, but this puts the language in the current capacity or form that it needs to be. 1.23 $1 million for pre-design, design, engineer, site prep, and constructing the realignment of Highway 60. Members, just quickly, those of you who've been on the bonding tour, Highway 60 coming from Wisconsin, it's on the Wisconsin Bridge, comes down the hill and to a T and a stop sign. And so the city is working to make this a safer intersection. I know they've had some problems there, and make it a better, traverse better throughout the city. Mayor Emily Durant is online, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator. Just one clarification. So you said, was the money reduced? The original bill was $2.894 million. Have they gotten other funds that reduce that amount?
Mr. Chair, that is the original bill. This was heard in the last biennium. The original bill had it all in a GO bonds bill, and so this divides it out between GO and Trunk Highway.
Okay.
And so the Trunk Highway portion's on the bottom. That's, I think, what we're talking about today.
Thank you. Mayor Durand, go ahead and introduce yourself and proceed.
Thank you. Greetings, Chair Dibble, Ranking Member Jasinski, and all committee members. I am Emily Durand. I'm the mayor of the beautiful city of Wabasha, where I'm testifying from today. Thank you, Senator Drazkowski, for bringing forward Senate File 618. As pictured in the handout, Senator Drazkowski referenced Trunk Highway 60 connects Wisconsin to Minnesota across the Mississippi River and essentially meanders through Wabasha to finally join the vitally important U.S. Highway 61. This connection is essential for freight, agriculture, tourism, and regional commuting and connectivity. Wabasha's bridge is the only Mississippi crossing between Red Wing and Winona, making it critical to the regional and state economy. However, the current alignment through our community creates serious challenges. It's prone to flooding and increasingly closure. It includes a rail height restriction and has multiple stop-controlled intersections. Heavy truck traffic moves through residential areas, affecting access to a school, a child care center, a playground, and our community's only grocery store. These issues have been documented for over 25 years. Our proposed realignment would reroute traffic through an underutilized city-owned parcel, connect to County Highway 30, and then directly to Highway 61, eliminating these safety, mobility, and freight concerns while reducing noise and pollution. Consistent with our city's 2016 comprehensive plan and traffic study, this realignment became a key priority in 2019 when Wabasha participated in the legislatively funded Greater Minnesota Futures Project. Through this work, we had significant community engagement and planning on this longstanding problem, and it led to the selection of the concept for highway realignment that we are pursuing today. The project is well planned and locally supported with alignment from MnDOT District 6 and Wabasha County. Since I last visited with this committee in 2024, we have secured $5 million in federal funding, which expires in 2027, making timely state investment very critical. Locally, we've already invested $2.4 million to relocate the flood-prone athletic facilities prior on the site and initiated environmental work positioning us to begin immediately. Of the $12.5 million total project cost, we are requesting $1.2 million in Trunk Highway bonds and $1.88 million in GO bonds. This investment in Trunk Highway 60 will unlock the needed federal funds and help to complete a project that improves safety, mobility, connectivity, supports development of housing and commerce, and enhances flood resilience at a key Mississippi River crossing. As Senator Drazkowski mentions, many of you are familiar and have toured the site. We are happy to bring a much reduced request to the state at this time due to the federal funds. And Wabasha, like many Minnesota communities, needs modern infrastructure built out of the floodplain to support our long-term resilience. I'm happy to answer any questions now or in the future, and thank you very much for your consideration.
Thank you, Mayor Durand. Members, any questions? Senator Johnson Stewart.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Senator Drazkowski, and Mayor. I have driven this alignment so many times and wondered why. It's just the craziest thing. So even though it's not in my district, my parents don't live in the area anymore, I am going to be fighting hard for this change because it's just the absolutely most ridiculous intersection. So you have my support.
Thank you, Senator Johnson Stewart. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Johnson Stewart, for that endorsement.
Senator Drazkowski, any final comments?
No final comments. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, members. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Drazkowski. Next, we're going to go online. Senate File 4117. Senator Liskey looks like he's ready. So if you could introduce yourself for the record and proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Senator Bill Liskey here, sitting in my office down in Lonsdale, doing two things at once. I am presenting Senate File 4117. I believe I also have the Dakota County engineer, Aaron Labiri, either there or online with me.
Yes, we do. Go ahead, if you want to introduce yourself and proceed with your testimony.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and committee members and Senator Liskey. I'm Aaron Labrie, Transportation Director and County Engineer for Dakota County. Here requesting $18.65 million in investments for the reconstruction of County Road 46, which is an important east-west regional corridor. The project reconstructs 5 miles of an insufficient 2-lane rural road in Rosemount from Trunk Highway 3 east through Empire to Highway 52 in the city of Coates. There is a disproportionately high amount of truck traffic on County Road 46. Nearly 20% of traffic is heavy commercial vehicles. Over 20 major freight generators are located along the corridor, representing a variety of industries from aggregate production, construction products, agricultural machinery, all the way to consumer products. The county's actively been engaging with these businesses that have significant interest in improved safety and operations on County Road 46. There have been 102 crashes in the last 5 years, including 4 head-on collisions. In addition, 4 fatalities have occurred since 2017. The planned improvements will significantly reduce the number of crashes. The Highway 52 ramp intersections will be converted to roundabouts to eliminate the right angle serious crashes that have occurred. We installed temporary traffic signals recently until the permanent improvements can be constructed due to the severity of crashes that keep occurring here. The roadway, the 5-mile corridor, will be revised from a 2-lane rural highway with head-to-head traffic to a 4-lane divided roadway with a raised median. 14 intersections will be improved with the addition of turn lanes. The corridor is often used by bicyclists who currently must ride on the shoulders alongside freight and passenger traffic. The project will add a 10-foot shared use path on the north side of County Road 46 to enhance safety and reduce conflicts. An underpass will also be constructed to provide grade-separated crossing for the Vermilion Highlands Greenway. Dakota County is closely working with project stakeholders, including MnDOT and the University of Minnesota. We have secured $13.85 million in grants of the $45 million project cost. Thank you for considering the county's request for this important safety project on County Road 46. County Commissioner Bill Drosty and I are available for any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Liskey, any final comments?
I just want to say thank you to the committee and yourself and to my testifiers, as this is a very important roadway. I grew up traveling it. Back then it was much easier to traverse a rural highway, but nowadays there's a lot more traffic, and so this is a very important project to the area.
Thank you, Senator Liskey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Senate File Number 3514, continuing on line, Senator Holmstrom. Senator Holmstrom, please introduce yourself and proceed with your testimony.
Hello, Mr. Chair, members. This is Senator Holmstrom here to present 3514, Senate File 3514. This is actually a bill started by my predecessor, Senator Anderson, to deal with Highway 24, the intersection of that and 94 up in Clearwater. And we have presenting County Administrator Greg Kreiser to answer any questions.
Thank you, Senator Holmstrom. Mr. Kreiser, please introduce yourself and proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Ranking Member Jasinski, and members. My name is Greg Kreiser. I'm the Wright County Administrator. I'm respectfully asking that you include funding in the bonding bill for intersection improvements at Minnesota Highway 24, CASA 7, and County Highway 145 in the Clearwater area. This area is getting significant pressure for new commercial and industrial development given its location along Interstate 94 and its proximity to a crossing over the Mississippi River. These new developments require additional capacity and safety improvements, which we are addressing with this proposed project. I respectfully ask that you include this project in the 2026 transportation bill. It advances economic development, freight mobility, and highway and pedestrian safety into single investment. Thank you, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Kreiser. Any questions? Senator Holmstrom, anything final?
Yes, so this is the area of Clearwater that people cut over to 94 or from 94 to Highway 10 and back on their way back from the cabin country. It gets a ton of state traffic, and we'd really appreciate your consideration, and thank you for your time.
Thank you, Senator Holmstrom. Thank you. Next, Senate File Number 654, Senator Rarick. And Senator Rarick, when you're ready, go ahead and proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members. Senate File 654 is seeking funding for a stretch of Highway 73 between the towns of Kettle River and Cromwell. I know Senator Dibble and Senator Jasinski have seen this presentation before. I've been advocating for this in my entire 8 years here in the Senate. But what I want to stress and show to the committee is that it has been a much, much longer time that the people of this area have not only been advocating for this, but being told this project is going to get taken care of. In 2002, money was allocated for this upgrade and repair. Floods in Duluth took the money away for Piedmont Avenue reconstruction. In the 70s, the Highway 60 money was allocated. The Highway 61 tunnel near Two Harbors went way over budget, and the money was stripped out to go to that. In fact, the first time money was allocated for this upgrade and repair was prior to World War II. The war broke out, the project was put on hold, and they were told, as soon as the war is over, we'll get to this when we can. Still today, nothing has been done to upgrade this stretch of highway. It receives a lot of freight traffic and a lot of summer vacation traffic. But two things that I want to point out and stress. In 1994, legislators, leadership from MnDOT, county officials, city and township officials in the area between Moose Lake and Hibbing toured many roads. This stretch was ranked #1 as the most unsafe and porous condition. By 2015, numbers 2, 3, 4, and 6 had been upgraded and completed. To this day, this project still has not received any upgrades. Most disturbing to me, in the 1990s, MnDOT bought 2 family homes that were each in the inside curves of 2 90-degree curves for the right-of-way to repair those curves. Those families moved out and watched their homes be taken down. To this day, nothing has been done to repair those curves. I will leave you with a story from 2022 from one of my little local newspapers. The gal wrote, and the heading is Highway 73 is in tough shape. Part of her article, many years ago when I was teaching 4th grade, I had my students interview older adults about their lives. One student interviewed Hulda Hill, and as part of her story, she said she was older than Highway 73 and in better shape too. She said, I will never forget that story because Highway 73 is still in tough shape, but Ms. Hill did not live to see the improvements that were needed and are still needed. Members, people of this area have been begging for these improvements. They've witnessed many family deaths because of the tough intersections and those 2 S-curves. I am sure hoping that we can take care of that this year.
Thank you, Senator Burke. And again, I commented a couple days ago in a meeting, these expansion and safety projects are so important to rural Minnesota and greater Minnesota. As you see the room here today filled with most of these projects, either an expansion or a safety project, are so important to greater Minnesota. Senator Farnsworth.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I just want to share, I drive this way down 73, well, if the weather permits, because it is not a very safe road. When I was younger, I thought it was great to try and do those 90-degree curves as fast as I could, but I'm not as stupid as I was back then. Well, I mean, maybe not. But just a little story. Maybe about a month ago, I was taking that way down here in the morning, trying to, get down in time for session. And I got south of Cromwell to one of those curves, and the road was blocked off because the semi going around the curve had tipped over on the curve, that curve, and you couldn't get any traffic by. So I had to go all the way back down to Cromwell and then head over to, it must have been Highway 53 over there that I took. So this is definitely should be a priority. It needs to be taken care of. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Burke. Any closing comments?
No, thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, members.
Thank you. Next, we will move on to Senator Rasmussen, Senate File 2654. And you can proceed when you're ready.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. Appreciate making time for this bill and the others today. Senate File 2654 would request $5.4 million for improvements to Highway 210 in Otter Tail County. The proposed funding will address significant safety issues along this very busy state highway, an important corridor to the region. This would fill a funding gap on a proposed roundabout at the intersection of Trunk Highway 210 and a County State-Aid Highway 35 in Underwood, where there's been a number of crashes, and it's right next to the Underwood Public Schools. And the money would also be for improvements at the intersection of 210 and Highway 78, which are both two state highways that intersect in Battle Lake, which is a very busy road, especially in the summer with lake traffic. Both intersections are currently all-way stop controlled, which creates safety issues for vehicles, pedestrians, and it also increases travel time for agriculture and freight movement across the county. Approximately 2.2 of the million would be used for the roundabout near the city of Underwood, with the remainder for the Battle Lake intersection. I have with me Nick Leonard, who's the Otter Tail County's Deputy Administrator, to provide additional testimony.
Go ahead and proceed, please.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, committee members. My name is Nick Leonard, Deputy Administrator for Otter Tail County. Thank you for the opportunity to talk to you about Senate File 2654. I am not a county engineer, so I cannot tell you how this road is going to get built, but I can tell you I spend an awful lot of time out in our community. I'm spending time talking to our schools, to the citizens of these communities, and to our business community. And one thing that even a layperson like me can tell you is that we have significant safety concerns across this corridor from Fergus Falls to Underwood, and specifically at the two intersections that Senator Rasmussen referenced. And recognizing that you've got very limited time here, let me just tell you briefly about the Underwood intersection, because it is at the intersection of 210 and 35, and we have already acquired, we've got a $1.85 million to support a roundabout at that intersection. It's about a $4 million project in total. The crash rate at that intersection is double similar intersections, and in addition, most of those are angle crashes. What's most concerning and what I really want to stress today, and as the Senator referenced, it's right next to Underwood Public School. And across that intersection, you have the heartbeat of that community, which is a convenience store / restaurant / right, everything else that a community needs. So you have young kids, because it serves kids of all ages, crossing that intersection many, many times a day, from cars to bikes to kids on feet. And so not only will this improve it from a safety standpoint, from a vehicular standpoint, but also it'll extend sidewalk and trails to make that a much safer intersection for the school and for the cars and the kids that are coming in and out of there. So I just want to thank you again for your time, and certainly stand for any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Leonard. Senator Rasmussen, any final comments? Thank you.
Chair.
Senator Nelson, you're on deck for a couple bills here. Senate File number 3976 and 3978. I believe you have some remote testifiers. Senator Nelson, Senate File 3976. Proceed when you're ready.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and also Chair Dibble. I have two bills for you today. And I am going to present the first one, which is Senate File 3976, which deals with the city of Stewartville. Yep. And I believe we have either Mayor Jimmy John King or Administrator Bill Schimmel online today.
I believe it's Mr. Schimmel. Whoever's online, you introduce yourself and proceed.
Yep, I'm City Administrator Bill Schimmel, City of Stewartville, and I'll actually have, in the interest of time, have our Mayor, Jimmy John King, who's next to me, testify. Thank you.
Mayor, please introduce yourself and proceed.
I'm Mayor Stewartville, Jimmy John King. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee, for listening to our bill today. We're looking at improving a 1 mile stretch of 15th Avenue. It lays right on the east side of our community. It lays between Highway 30 and Highway 63. It's become a connection for all the commuters and everything else going north-south, south-north. But the safety feature we're looking at is we have the Root River cuts our town in half. We have one paved crossing there. Our fire department is on the south end of town. Our nearest ambulance and hospital is on the north side. If something would happen, we would use this as a connection to get our emergency vehicles back and forth and around the community without having to go miles and miles and miles. because our fire department is also the first call for assistance at the Rochester International Airport, which is located just north of our town. Now, this 15th Avenue has become the busiest, most heavily used gravel road in the county right now. We have a good program going with High Forest Township, Orley Annexation. They've agreed to turn the road over to us so we can connect it to our north-south community and keep everyone in the community as safe as we possibly can. The money that you would appropriate to us, we'd appreciate, and it would be used strictly on this 1 mile stretch just to improve it, bring it to a 2-lane blacktop road so that we can get the equipment we need to help our residents and other community members from emergencies such as we had last Friday when the tornado kind of touched down in town here. We had to get everybody running around here. So we really appreciate that you listened to this and you're looking at it. We thank Senator Nelson for bringing this to you again. I'm going to turn it over to Administrator Schimmel if he has anything to add or any questions he can answer for you. Thank you again.
Mr. Schimmel, please introduce yourself and proceed. You only got a couple minutes, only about a minute left.
Yep, no problem. Bill Schimmel, City Administrator. We've been working a long time on this. It's a great joint project that we're trying to help out our neighbors, High Forest Township. The road is a border road, and if we can keep working together with the state of Minnesota, this will be a success. And as the mayor pointed out, a huge public safety and emergency alternate route if we were ever to go down to help our area citizens. And our fire department also takes care of 5 area townships. So it definitely is a regional safety matter. And thank you very much for the time. And we'll be glad to help answer any questions down the road if you should have them.
Thank you, gentlemen. Senator Nelson, any final comments on this bill?
Just very briefly, those of you who are on the bonding bus might remember both the mayor and the administrator hopped on that bus with us as we took that tour, and that little mile gravel road between those 2 10-ton roads takes such traffic, and of course, as we've seen, the emergency aspect of this is very key too, so appreciate your concern.
Thank you. If you want to move on to Senate File 3978.
Thank you again. Senate File 3978 has to do with town roads and bridges funding. It provides $35 million in state bonding for town roads and bridge funding. And of course, 41% of Minnesota's town roads are in townships. So we have great needs there. I'd like to turn it over to my testifier, Mr. Graham Brigg-Moberg.
Go ahead and proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My name is Graham Moberg. I'm with the Minnesota Association of Townships. I'd like to thank the members for taking the time to hear this and Senator Nelson for bringing this bill forward. Minnesota has the 4th largest road network in the country, and townships are responsible for a plurality of that, 55,518 miles roughly. Now, a particular pain point this year is town bridges. Last available numbers from MnDOT, 356 bridges are in poor condition, and for the 2nd year in a row, the special bridge account is spent out before the legislative session is over. So this is a serious pain point for us as rural folks. Most of this, most support comes from local property taxpayers. So we spend about $270 million as a state on these things, and so township residents need a little bit of help. The big picture here is that we're putting a heavy task on the backs of some of our smallest communities, and while this bill isn't the final answer, it is a step in the right direction, and in particular, it is pretty helpful for our issue with bridges. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Moberg. Also would like to echo that. Thank you, Senator Nelson, for bringing this forward. Thank you, Senator Dibble. We've gotten more dedicated money for township roads in the last couple years. I have property on a township road, and I understand the shortage of money for townships and what that does to the property tax base there. Very, very important. So definitely understand the need of the money for township roads. Senator Nelson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Senator Dibble, for having this hearing today. And I just want to be very clear, $35 million total is the ask. $25 million of that is for town roads, and $10 million is for town bridges. I think we're all aware of the great need there. So very hopeful going forward. Thank you so much. And Mr. Chair, I would be remiss if I did not mention Highway 14. You will understand that. So I would just add 724 to your list to watch. That is an important bonding project to finish up Highway 14 there on the intersections of County 3 and 5. I won't take more of your time unless you grant it to me, but I do want to mention that, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. I'll give you a minute on Senate File 724 if you're there.
Thank you.
We're flexible today. We are trying to get wrapped up, but go ahead.
Thank you so much. Well, we know how important Highway 14 is, and Senator Jasinski, you've been just tremendous understanding this. This is a GO bond for $5.6 million to plan, design that very critical, those intersections at County 3 and County 5, where we've had many fatalities. In fact, the intersections are so bad now, they've been closed down to that traffic mitigation stuff where you can't even make them into full intersections. And there's miles of loop arounds trying to avoid that. So, and then the second part of the bill is $2.4 million for the Trunk Highway bond piece of it, which is the piece that's needed for the County 3 and County 5 piece. So it's been really well thought out. It's very much needed. And it's the only two stoplights, I think, between Rochester and New Ulm. So it's really tons of traffic, growing immensely. So appreciate consideration. Thank you so much, committee.
Next up, we have Senate File number 4852, the longest member who's been here today, not on the committee. He's been patient back there, Senator Kroon. And you can proceed when you're ready, Senator Kroon.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members of the committee, I'm here today to present Senate File 4852, which is a $16.5 million appropriation from the Trunk Highway Fund to reconstruct the intersection of Highway 65 and Bunker Lake Boulevard in Ham Lake. This is phase 2 of the Highway 65 project. You'll have in your packet a two-sheeter on there. It has some pictures on the back of what the intersection is now, what it'll look like. This is phase 2, although it's section 3 in the graphic here. It's the northernmost part. So, Mr. Chair, phase 1 has been funded, and you'll be happy to know that last week they opened up the bids, and we do have an apparent low bidder. Construction will be starting very, very shortly this year. This is the second phase, which is the smallest phase of the Highway 65 project, just one intersection, but very, very important as with the rest of them. This is a safety issue, as you'll see on the one-pager. It's 3 times higher than the state average for fatal and severe crashes. It's obviously a congestion issue with a rapidly growing area in the North Metro, and it's shovel-ready. I know people say that this one truly is. It has a lot of work put into it. With that, I'll turn it over to my testifiers today. I've got Ham Lake Mayor Brian Kirkham to talk about the importance of the project. And we have the Chief Officer of Transportation and the Anoka County Engineer, Joe McPherson, to talk about the funding.
Thank you. Go ahead and start, whoever wants to start, and introduce yourself and proceed.
Will do. Mr. Chair, committee members, thank you for taking your time to listen to me. My name is Brian Kirkham, and I'm the mayor in Ham Lake. We don't ask the state for anything in Ham Lake unless it's related to roads. I'm sitting here before you today asking for your help to fully fund the overpass at County Road 116 and State Highway 65. For those of you that don't know, State Highway 65 starts in Minneapolis and goes all the way to the Canadian border. This is the 3rd longest state highway. This intersection is one of the most dangerous intersections along the 272-mile stretch of road. Last year, on average, the Anoka County Sheriff's Department receives a phone call for a car accident there once every 15 days. Sadly, last December, we had a fatality at this intersection. This project is approximately 60% funded. Some of this funding does have an expiration date. And so on behalf of the residents of Ham Lake, I ask you to please fully support this project. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. Joe, introduce yourself, please.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair, committee members. My name is Joe McPherson. I'm the Anoka County Engineer. Just like a good home-cooked Minnesota hot dish, these projects come together with a lot of different ingredients in the recipe. One of those is, and the most complicated part, is these funding mechanisms. Just like a lot of the projects you heard about today, it's not done with one funding source. And so with that being said, in the packet that you have before you, you can see that little funding thermometer that's on there. You can see all the different funding packages that have already been sewn together and put together. This is really an ask just to fill that last portion of the bucket to get this project built. So with that, we appreciate your guys' consideration today, and I'll stand for any questions.
Thank you. Senator Kroon, any closing comments?
I would be remiss if I didn't say this was Anoka County's top transportation project. That's how important it is. And it is a very dangerous intersection, Mr. Chair. As I said before, my wife was witnessed right to a very serious crash at this intersection. Happens all too often. And I know we talk a lot about Highway 65, or at least I do, and you guys listen. I appreciate that. But this truly is an important project, and I thank the committee for its consideration.
Thank you, Senator Croon. You've taken over for Highway 14 in your voice for this highway, there's no doubt.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next, we have a couple bills. Senator Howe, who I believe is online. We have Senate File 774 and Senate File 841, and we have the same testifier here for both. Senator Howe, if you want to introduce the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I've been online the entire time. In fact, I was online with finance and state transportation at the same time, trying to tack both. So thank you, Mr. Chair and members, for hearing the two bills today, Senate File 774 and Senate File 841. We're going to take these both at the same time. Senate File 774 is a targeted investment in safety and capacity on Mayhew Lake Road in Benton County. Senate File 841 is the most critical, highest risk portion of that corridor. This is a high-speed rural corridor that no longer matches how it's being used today and is already presenting real safety concerns. There's 8 intersections along this stretch, and 5 of them exceed the critical crash rate, making this a clear priority. At the same time, the area is growing, including new facilities near the high school. It's got a new early childhood center along with activities complex being planned and a 24/7 first in the state daycare that's being developed along this corridor. That tells us that there's going to be more traffic, more pedestrians, and more pressure to an already dangerous corridor. The project includes roundabouts, expanded capacity, and trail connections, along with traffic volumes projected to go to 33,000 vehicles a day. The request is approximately $21 million that can be phased, starting with the highest risk areas. Mr. Chair, I'd like to turn it over to Commissioner Jared Kapinski to walk through the project specifics.
Thank you, Senator Howe. Mr. Kapinski.
Mr. Chair, members of the committee, also thank you, Senator Howe, for carrying our bills.
Can you please introduce yourself, please, just for the record?
Jared Kapinski, Benton County Commissioner. Senator Howe, thank you for carrying our Senate File 774 and Senate File 841. This 3-mile stretch of County Road 1 is extremely dangerous. I have personally worked on fatalities and significant accidents along this stretch over my years with the Sauk Rapids Fire Department. With this corridor, including the main entrance of our Sauk Rapids Rice High School, there are many types of drivers from new to elderly. Over the last 2 months, I personally have been in DC 2 times lobbying for federal support on this project. We have been working on directed spending requests, and this is now our 4th year applying for federal raised build grants. On my first trip earlier this year, we found out that we were Congressman Emmer's, we were included in Congressman Emmer's directed spending request. We were very appreciative. We still pushed hard for the build grant. On my second trip, which happened to be last week, I was given notice that we were Congressman Emmer's #1 priority for Secretary Duffy for the build grant. We have also worked very closely with Senator Klobuchar and Senator Smith, who have also signed on to this project as a priority. Senator Klobuchar making a similar priority call to Secretary Duffy in support of our build grant. Having the state of Minnesota also partner on this project as a priority could prove to be significant in securing this additional federal funding. In closing, this project not only addresses a significant safety need, it also establishes a substantial development corridor for central Minnesota that will have significant return on investment. At this time, Mr. Chair and members, I stand for questions.
Thank you, Mr. Kapinski. Senator Howe, any closing comments?
Mr. Chair, I tell you what, this corridor is a stretch that has multiple accidents on it. It's right next to the high school. It's an important project, and I appreciate you giving us the time today to present the concerns.
Thank you, Senator Howe. All right, next up, we'll move on to Senator Farnsworth, Senate file number 3763. And you can go ahead when you're ready, Senator Farnsworth.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and committee. Senate File 3763 would appropriate funds for Highway 169 that we've talked about. On the east and west side of 169, it's 4-lane, and then there's 8 miles in the middle that is 2-lane and windy and goes around a lake and through a narrow bridge underpass. It's a dangerous area. Just, I believe, last September, a motorcyclist was killed in that stretch. And so this is a top priority. It's been a priority for Senator Thomasoni, for whom this stretch of road is now named, and it is the top priority for the members of the 169 Coalition from Hibbing all the way to Grand Rapids. With me today, I have Lauren Solberg with the Highway 169 Coalition.
Mr. Solberg, please introduce yourself and proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Chairmans. Appreciate the opportunity to be here today. My name is Lauren Solberg, and I do serve as a board member of the U.S. Highway 169 Range Gateway Coalition. This group came together around a shared commitment to finally complete a safe 4-lane highway connecting the entire Iron Range. The 8-mile project outlined in this bill is only remaining 2-lane stretch of Highway 169 along the nearly 60-mile drive between Grand Rapids and Virginia, and includes a portion of the highway that the legislature honored as the Thomasoni Memorial Highway. This area remains very dangerous, especially in the wintertime. Nearly every resident in the Iron Range knows someone whose life has been ended or permanently altered in the accident. I know personally of 5 different people who were killed in that section with 3 different accidents. The 2 lanes is also not suitable for many oversized roads. The result is that many of the heavy trucks traveling between Grand Rapids and Penn-Gilly are forced to take a detour of about 20 miles on each way. The bill represents a unique opportunity. In 2023, the legislature appropriated $6 million to help push forward the vital planning efforts of the needs to happen before further construction can move forward. This bill extends that date to use those funds as well as appropriates about $8 million. In 2024, the federal government followed suit and appropriated $4.9 million to the project. Those dollars have facilitated further collaboration with MnDOT District 1 about the best way and best path forward. The agency and the local stakeholders have since agreed to a phased approach to the project, beginning on the west end and moving eastward. This approach will address safety concerns at the current terminus of the 4-lane near Scenic Highway 7, as well as advance progress towards the eventual 4-lane expansion. Senate File 3763 keeps that work on schedule and will enable further collaboration with MnDOT and the Federal Highway Administration to deliver the next portions of that particular project. I want to thank each of you for listening to this presentation. I look around and it's kind of empty. I thought maybe my deodorant had failed. But we appreciate very much Senator Farnsworth also for very strongly carrying this bill. As a little historical event, in 1983, newly elected Governor Perpich held a community meeting in Calumet in the middle of this project. He said and promised that he would get the 169 project done. As a result, I voted the first year in office for a 3-cent gas tax increase. Not very popular at the time. It is time now for me to try to collect that 3 cents. I appreciate the opportunity to address you today and stand for any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Representative Solberg. For those who don't know, Lauren Solberg was a state legislator from up in the range for many years, taught me everything I know about finance and ways and means. Anything further, members? All right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
We appreciate your
Silver,
time.
Thank you. Senator Farnsworth.
I think we're down to the last two here. Next one on my list is Senate File 341, Senator Coleman. Senator Coleman, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for hearing Senate File 341 for the city of Waconia. The city is seeking funding for the final phase of reconstruction for a section of Trunk Highway 5. This corridor has one of the highest crash rates in Carver County, and completing this project would increase safety for drivers, cyclists, and pedestrians. Additionally, the frontage road extension will open up prime industrial and commercial land, resulting in a direct positive impact for the region. And with me, Mr. Chair, I have the Waconia City Administrator who can tell you a little bit more about the project and answer any questions.
Go ahead and introduce yourself and proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. My name is Shane Finner, and I'm the City Administrator for the City of Waconia. Thank you for hearing our request for reconstruction funding for Highway 5 in our community. And thank you to Senator Coleman, who is a very strong advocate for the City of Waconia. For 20 plus years, our community has been active in providing leadership and investment in Highway 5 within the city and region, and is home to some great regional assets like Lake Waconia and employers such as Ridgeview Medical Clinic, Twin Cities Orthopedics, and McIntoons Fine Foods. Highway 5 is a critical link to connecting people, goods, and services to Waconia. Phase 2 of Highway 5 would culminate a 20-plus year planning effort to upgrade this critical and regional transportation network within Waconia. Over the years, the city's been a willing partner in investment in state and county transportation systems in our community to serve our residents and visitors. We have invested over $18 million during that time period, but we cannot continue to ask our local residents to spend more on these regional assets. And that's why we are asking for state support to complete this last phase. We hope that through the support of the Transportation Committee, we will be able to deliver the complete project of reconstructing Highway 5 between Olive Street and Main Street, as well as extend the frontage road system along this state highway. Phase 1 of this effort was completed in 2015. Phase 2 frontage road extension was started in 2022, and now it is time for full Phase 2 completion. Through the support of this committee, the $4.7 million that is asked for in this bill will complete the frontage road system and leverage commitments from the regional solicitation process, the TED program, and our partners at Carver County. This access will connect Hartman Drive with Casop 59 and provide access to a commercial hub for medical, retail, and multifamily residential housing within our community, providing vehicle and pedestrian access throughout. This area, as the senator noted, is between 40 acres of prime developable land that is guided for industrial and commercial development in our community, something that is of need and demand. We anticipate this improvement will support and spur significant development that will create jobs and tax base in our community. Thank you again, Mr. Chair and members of the committee, and I can stand for any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Finner. Any questions? Senator Coleman, final thoughts.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You know, a couple of summers ago, thanks to the good work of this committee, I was sitting in traffic and I realized it was construction traffic for my own project. And I thought, oh, I shouldn't be upset. This is actually amazing. So I would like to once again experience that conflicting frustration. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Coleman. And to end up the day, again, such a bipartisan effort here in the Transportation Committee. We have Senator Coleman's bill that Senator Johnson Stewart is going to present as the co-author, Senate File number 4695. Senator Johnson Stewart.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and committee members. First, I want to publicly apologize for the light incident that happened a few hours ago. And I want to thank Senator Coleman for letting me speak to a project that is of high importance in both of our communities, along with Senator Swadzinski. Highway 7 is a really important stretch of trunk highway that runs along the entire southern edge of my district, the entire northern edge of Senator Swadzinski's district, and brings us out to Senator Coleman's district. However, it's a very dangerous corridor. In 2024 alone, 5 lives were lost on Highway 7. In response, 7 law enforcement agencies formed the Highway 7 Safety Coalition, which is a coordinated effort that focused on improving safety through increased enforcement, education, and available technology. As a result, there's been 0 fatal crashes in 2025, and serious injury crashes have been cut in half. However, increased enforcement and education alone can't solve the remaining safety problems on Highway 7 long term. So Senate File 4695 requests $11 million to construct safety improvements at 4 important intersections. And I have Shorewood Mayor Jennifer Labadie to share about the urgent needs for this project.
Thank you. Mayor Labadie, please introduce yourself and proceed.
Hello, Chairman and committee members. My name is Jennifer Labadie. I'm the mayor of the city of Shorewood. Thank you for providing me with the opportunity to speak to you today in support of Senator Coleman's bill, SF 4695, which seeks the funds for a desperately needed Highway 7 safety improvements. I'm here today on behalf of the 10 cities and 5 school districts who've been working together through a traffic management organization, or TMO, to create a safer Highway 7. But I'm also here today on behalf of the 50,000 plus drivers who use Highway 7 daily. In the past 10 years, there have been over 1,200 reported crashes on Highway 7, an average of 1 crash every 3 days. A fatality occurred in 9 of these crashes, and 29 of the crashes involved serious bodily injury. MnDOT is performing a scheduled pavement restoration project to Highway 7 in 2029. MnDOT has the funding to make safety improvements to some of Highway 7's intersections during their 2029 project, but there are 4 additional intersections that have been identified by the stakeholders in the TMO as dangerous intersections. The proposed safety improvements to these 4 intersections are unfunded. MnDOT has identified their 2029 project as a green light project, which means that it will occur in 2029. If funding can be obtained in this legislative session for the 4 currently unfunded intersections, they will also be given the green light, and safety improvements to these intersections will occur in 2029. It is undisputed that MnDOT must make safety improvements to these 4 intersections. Making as many safety improvements as possible to Highway 7 in 2029, when the road is already torn up and being worked on, is a fiscally responsible use of taxpayer funds. Approving Senator Coleman's bill, which is also supported by Senator Johnson Stewart, is a wise financial decision. Funding safety improvements to the 4 intersections that have been unanimously identified as dangerous by the TMO stakeholders would improve the safety of the residents of the 10 cities, the 5 school districts, and the 50,000 plus drivers who use this corridor daily. Thank you to Senator Johnson Stewart and Senator Coleman. Thank you, Chair and committee members.
Thank you, Mayor. Senator Johnson Stewart, any final thoughts?
No, but thank you for your time.
Thank you, Senator Johnson Stewart. Thank you, Senator Dibble, for allowing our community and constituent requests today, as you always do every year. We really do appreciate hearing our bills and taking the time to listen. And thank you for giving the gavel so you could take all the notes while you're over there and which projects are important and which ones are going to get put in the bill. So that's why he did it, you know, so he could get over there and take notes while I was running the meeting. So you got all that. Just the last comment from me is, you know, we talked about how important these expansion and safety projects are for many, many of our communities, and how important they are for the economy, for safety, for schools, for everything. And a lot of them are considered as an expansion project, but although also included in that are safety improvements to do that. So huge importance for me of what I see in greater Minnesota as well as in the metro. So thank you again, Senator Dibble. Ms. Ether, any other announcements before Senator Dibble? Anything to you as far as before we leave?
Thank you. I appreciate everyone coming forward. I know most have left by now, but you know, it just represents a lot of passion, a lot of leadership, and the opportunity for folks to come down here and share what's going on in their communities. That's always really, really important and really provides a lot of insight for us. Before I forget, did we decide no one was going to step forward on Highway 8? Is anyone here to talk about Highway 8?
I don't believe anyone is here, so.
All right. Very good. There wasn't a bill, but they had indicated they might want to talk about it. And it just is a reminder of, the fact that we have a fantastic mobility roadway connectivity system, gets people to where they need to go, helps, makes our economy work really well. We're very proud of the 4th largest roadway system. Takes a lot to keep it up, to expand it, to respond to changing needs, et cetera. Those resources don't materialize out of thin air. We continue to have conversations about how to best approach our investments and the coordination of our investments. I'm totally game for that continued conversation, Senator Dzezinski. But I do think it does remind us that the needs are great, and even in the best of times, the resources are constrained, but we need to continue to protect advancing those resources. Thank you, Senator Dzezinski.
Thank you. Also, thanks to our staff, both GOP, DFL, and our bipartisan. It was a long meeting today, but thank you for all our staff. You guys do a great job, and it's really a pleasure to serve on this committee with all of you. So.
Yeah, thank you. Remind me, I was going to make a special thanks to Beth Ethier, put her through her paces today. It's a lot of confusion about all of this, and this is, under the best of circumstances, a very big project to put this hearing together, and then it got complicated a little bit today, so thank you to Beth Ethier and all the staff who helped put this together. Thanks.
Thank you. A lot of coordination on a day like today with 38 bills, so thank you as well. With there being no other business on the day's agenda, we are hereby adjourned.